Alrighty then. Hello everyone, my name is Caden, and welcome back to more Steins Gate 0. Last time, we obtained the Mayuri ending, and got to see the brief return of frickin' Hewing Kyoma, and this time, well, we now have to go a lot farther back in the game in order to start getting more endings, because in order to start getting more endings, we have to do a certain thing somewhere else. So thankfully, I do have a save there, I think. So we need to go all the way back to... We need to go all the way back to... Where is it? I think right here. The closed epigraph. So I start the app. Whenever I talk to Kurisu, I need to pay attention to where I was. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, the skip button's not working. Dead. Calls from Kurisu. Okay, so... Trying to think here. I should really turn off my smartphone until I calm down a little. Okay, here is where the change happens. We need to turn off the cell phone. Power off? Correct. The phone went silent. So now we have officially made it so that we're going to get more endings now. So, shall we? I slowly stood up. If Lukaku saw me like this, he'd worry. I should get out of here. I was staggering a little, but I could walk. I felt very thirsty. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water and caught my breath. Oh, okay, so this is all the same. Wait, excuse you? I'm sorry, what just happened? What just happened? That wasn't part of it, what normally happened. The dialogue here is the exact same, but midway through it just cut and suddenly we're transported. What just happened? What? What do you mean? The sky was red-black, dotted with columns of thick black smoke. There's so much rubble I couldn't find a place to stand. Screams, gunshots, and the stench. Everyone in this world knew what the smell was. It was the smell of burning. Houses, buildings, cars, motorcycles, trees, grass, and humans. It was the smell of all of them burning together. Something thin and black poked from between the piles of rubble. It was a hand. The hand, unmoving, stretched up toward the sky. No, that wasn't the only one. Everywhere I looked, I saw hands, legs, and heads. Parts of what were once human beings were strewn across the ground. I heard a distant gunshot. A shout. Silence. Nothing changed. Just one more body lying on the ground. The world was ending. And at last people understood. This wasn't the afterlife. This was the real world. Hell. Yes, that's what this was. This was hell. What just happened? A stray sheep. The world twisted and warped. I felt horribly dizzy. Sometimes my vision would blur for no reason. But this was nothing like that. It was like my mind itself was being wrung apart. Like the world itself was changing. Deja vu. I knew this feeling. This was... At last, the color came back to my vision. Are we back? We're back! What the fuck just happened? What do you mean? What just happened? How did turning off the freaking phone cause that? I mean, we didn't stay there long, but what happened? All the shouts of the pedestrians and the noise of the passing cars came flooding in at once.
Ocarine, are you okay? You're sweating bullets. Do you not feel well?
Oh, no. Fubuki and Kaede. The two of them were still in front of me. They looked worried. Had I just gotten dizzy for a moment? I'm fine, really. Thanks for asking.
Okay, we'll be going. I'm looking forward to the party.
They said their goodbyes and walked toward the station. I watched them go, only halfway paying attention. What was that? It was reading Steiner activating again. We went to another world line, but only... That was... What the hell just happened? So, there was something similar, sort of, that happened in the previous two endings, where we went to... World War III was started up early in the other episodes, and we were in World War III for like a month. And the conclusion we came to as to why that happened was that it was probably somebody experimenting with time travel technology. And that was what caused that world line to exist for like a month, but then also go back to normal after a month. So, it's the same thing that happened then happened there? But at the same time, though, it was so brief. It was literally for like just a minute, basically. It might as well have been just a minute. Why the sudden extremely brief shift in Worldline? None of the passerby noticed me standing there. They were all experiencing time sequentially as one connected moment after another. But I knew what I just saw. That's right. I was the one person who understood. The feeling was reading Steiner, which meant that the world line had changed. I shook my head and tried to get the idea off my mind. It was impossible. The world line could only change if someone had altered the past. I'd only ever seen world line changes after I'd sent emails with the phone wave names up to change. But I destroyed the phone wave, so that can never happen again. Can I call somebody? I'd sacrificed Kurisu for it. But then who did this? And how? What if someone had made a device identical to the phone wave? No, do not remind me of that ending. Screw you. Or that reality. Do not remind me of the freaking Gel Mayuri. Screw off. Mayuri. I need to see if Mayuri's safe. Let me call her, damn it. I'll call her right now. Mayuri, please. Picked her name off the contacts list on my phone and dialed. I could hear the call sound in my ear, but there was no sign of her picking up. 7 seconds, 8, 9. Each second made the fear worse. I felt cold sweat drip down my back. 12, 13, 14. I kept calling and praying anyway. Eventually, after a minute of ringing, the electronic sound had suddenly cut off. Fuck! Gosh dang it, Mayuri! Mayuri, is that you, Mayuri? It's really you, alright?
Ocarine, what's wrong?
The relaxed, easygoing voice I heard most definitely belonged to Mayuri. I was so worried. I kept calling and you didn't pick up.
Oh, sorry. My phone was in my bag.
Not at all. Nothing had happened at all.
Do you need something?
No, don't worry about it. I was just feeling nervous.
Nervous?
Where are you now? Are you with someone?
I'm going to work.
Until when?
About 8 p.m.
I see. Got it.
Will you come see me, Ocarine?
No, I'm busy today. I can't.
I'm going to the lab after I get off work.
Okay, if I can go, we'll meet up there and I'll walk you home.
Really? That's rare.
Bye. Work hard, okay? I hung up. Mary was safe. Call her again. Which meant that the world line change probably had nothing to do with her. Not that I could let my guard down. Why that brief change? And why was it so quick to change back? That's honestly what confuses me more, admittedly. I mean, obviously I'm confused why it would change at all. But again, that also happened before in the other endings. But what didn't happen is the immediate change back. In the other endings, the change happened a month after the first change. So why the instant change back, basically? Did they realize their mistake was just like, oh shit, we revert, go back, put in reverse? Or did something happen in that other world line that required an immediate change back? Or maybe that was just a daydream and there was no world line change at all. It seemed awfully realistic for that to be the case, though. Just to be safe, I turned on my phone again. The icon was still there, in the same place it had been in the last several times I'd use it. Kurisu. I felt a little hesitation, especially after what happened. That's also the biggest thing, I think. This all happened because we turned off the frickin' phone. Why? Why did turning off the phone cause this? That's what I don't get. Could I really contact her after that? But I decided that it was important to see what was going on first, so I tapped the icon. Hey, Kurisu. What? Did you forget to say something? Kurisu's voice was the same as ever. You're not mad. Mad? Why? Because I hung up on you, so... You already apologized for that just now. I'm not the kind of person that keeps getting mad after I've forgiven someone. Just now. That's right. You called back, didn't you? Called back. I did? It was only 7 minutes and 43 seconds ago. Did you forget? I apologize. To you. Are you okay? Chris was evidently telling the truth. Okay, so... She didn't look like she was lying, at least. We were in that other timeline for a very short amount of time. Not even a day. We were probably in there for like... considering how the conversation's going right now, I'd take a ballpark guess around maybe 10 minutes is probably how long we were in that other timeline. And it's seemingly within that 10-minute time, and seemingly within that short amount of time, we just apologized to Kurisu. Oh. So, that's something. What happened? Your expression's totally different than it was a moment ago. No, I'm fine. I didn't remember that. I remember turning off the phone, but I don't remember anything about calling her the Amadius Kurisu back after that. The old me would have insisted that I was right and that she was mistaken. But now, I wasn't sure. After all the different pasts I'd experienced and all the sadness and pain I'd gone through, even 6 months later, I was still exhausted. What had really happened and what hadn't? What was right and what was wrong? I wasn't sure anymore. I just didn't want to think about it anymore. The past, the future, the fate of the world. I wanted nothing to do with any of it. You're not looking so good.
Shouldn't you call one of your friends or go rest somewhere? Okabe?
No.
Hey, Kurisu.
Chris.
Can I ask you something?
さっき
Do you know what I was about to do after I called you just now?
俺が何をしよう
You're going to meet with Dr. Leskinen and Maho, right? You're supposed to talk about me.
Evidently, my memories matched hers in that regard.
そうか
I see.
Should I tell Maho about you in advance?
本当に
I'm fine,
大丈夫
really. Sorry to worry you.
Don't put yourself too hard. I don't want to be the last person you ever talk to.
I chuckled bitterly and ended the conversation. I called Dart too, just in case, and evidently I really was on my way to see the professor in Maho. He also told me that almost all the events of the last few days matched my memory of them, which meant that even if the world line had changed, nothing had changed nearby, where I could have seen it. There's no problem, or at least there shouldn't have been a problem. It was possible that the moment of dizziness was just the result of mental illness. Experiencing those same sensations brought up my past trauma and caused my memories to get confused. Maybe that was it. The foam wave didn't exist. So there's no way the past could have changed. That's right. That was all. I kept telling myself this as I went to see the professor. One thing that I wish I could figure out, but I know I'm not going to be able to, is I wish I could know what was the divergence meter or convergence meter, whatever it's called. What was the number on it originally? And what is the number it's on now? I want to know, like, is there any difference between the divergence number before the time, the shift and after? After going back, I mean, sorry. I mean, we'll find out eventually. I met with the professor in Maho in a hotel room. The betrayer. The evil one. The devious devil. The devious devil deceptor. The devious devil deceptor destroyer. The meanie.
So then, Lindalo, you say that your communication with Amarius is going well so far?
Yeah, the conversations are always smooth and coherent.
While I'm at it, how about the distance? What about the distance between you and Kurisu?
距離感
Distance? What do you mean?
どういう
Do you find yourself getting close to her as you talk more?
Well, a bit more than when we first started
初めて
talking.
会話した時に比べれば多少は
A bit. You sure you don't mean a lot? I'm talking to her too, so I can tell. At first she was so mad when she said you ignored her 8 of her calls. But now you're quite friendly with each other. That means you've gotten that much closer, right?
I see. Wonderful.
Leskinen seemed overjoyed by Maho's words.
I've got great hopes for this. It's possible she'll view you as a friend or perhaps a love interest.
A love interest?
You don't need to shout, do you?
But she's an AI, right?
It's precisely because she's an AI that I'm interested.
What did he mean?
She has emotions, right?
Yes, but they're simply running on top of a program.
それは
But isn't that the same as a human brain?
He was right. The brain ran on electrical signals, so you could say it had the same structure. It's just the difference of if it's mechanical or biological.
今は機械に感情があるかないかなんていう命題は
The question of whether machines have emotions was settled a long time ago. They
機械
do.
にだって第一
And anyway, Amarius was designed to mimic the human brain.
構造が同
If the
じで
structure is the same, then so is the process, shouldn't that lead to
その結
identical
果生み出
results?
されるものならば
Which means it's quite possible she could fall in love. In fact, I hope she does.
いやぜひしてもらい
Marius
たい
falling in
と
love.
思っている
Oops, is this an upsetting topic for Maho? Hi, Maho.
Don't you start acting like Kurisu too, Professor.
It was a joke, a joke. Maho's scary when she gets mad, so be careful. Yes, I'm well aware.
You know I can hear you, right?
Oh, I forgot that I need to call old Judy. Lindaro, I'll be right back. The professor quickly left the room. He ran away, didn't he? Bruh.
Christ, Kurisu first and now the professor? Why do they have to make everything about love?
You've got that right. Of course, that was always the type of girl she was.
Oh, right, Okabe. I had a question. Do you know any words that Kurisu really liked?
Words?
Or numbers or something? Anything that could be a key?
Why you want to know this? What, are you trying to break a password she set?
That's exactly right. I'm impressed.
Oh crap, the freaking red computer. Or laptop. I was right. Is that her work computer or something?
No, her personal laptop. Is at her home.
Why do you have something like that?
Her mom gave it to me, so I'd have something to remember her by. I'm trying to figure out what's on it, so I'm looking for ways to crack the password, so I thought you might know something.
If it's got a password, that means she didn't want anyone seeing it, right?
That's true, but if I want to make her the Amadeus Kurisu close to the real one, it would be better to have that data, right? Of course, I'll do my best not to do anything that violates her privacy.
I knew what she was trying to say. She might have had some kind of diary on her computer which described what she was doing during her time here. But sorry, I can't think of anything.
Nothing?
Yeah, and even if I did know, I don't think I'd tell you.
Because there's something you don't want anyone finding out.
Computers hold a person's most private secrets these days. Dart talked about that all the time. He was always wondering if there was a way to automatically wipe a computer's hard drive if you died in an accident. Of course, what Daro didn't want anyone to see was probably very different than what was on Carisu's computer. Beyond that, it was the same idea.
I see.
She seemed really interested in the contents of the hard drive, but she didn't say anything else. Anyway, I'll be going. I was a little worried about Mayuri too. I'm not gonna save over any data this time. I know that's gonna be hard considering all the little amount of saves that I have at this point, but we're gonna try. I was a little worried about Mayuri too. Hello? Hey, Ocarine, what's the best color for a school swimsuit? What the hell are you talking about? Who gives a crap? Why is white definitely an option? What the hell are you talking about, Daru? Well, I'm playing this H game and it just popped as a choice. Daru, window, now. I was wondering what color you pick. What? What? Honestly, I would have rather asked Mayushi or Lukashi or Ferriston. Do not ask them! They call the cops on your ass. Yeah. I had no choice but to ask you. What color? Don't get embarrassed, just tell me. Not a chance. She'd slit my throat. Unironically, she probably would. Have fun! I love this one. Immense confusion. Worried about Mayuri too. We'll call her Den, damn it. I got up and went to leave. And then I saw a small ornament that was decorating the door. Come to think of it, it's almost Christmas. I remember how excited Mayuri was. Are you staying here for Christmas, Yajo?
Yeah, I've still got stuff to do here.
One thing I'm really curious is the timeline going to change during the Christmas party again? Because that's when we had the whole like month-long change. And it all occurred after a music box was like tipped over or something. Are you spending it with anyone?
What?
ああ、いや、
No, I mean,
ほら、
outside of Japan, don't people usually have Christmas parties with their friends?
友達みんな
Sorry, but I don't have any plans like that. And Americans and Europeans don't have Christmas parties.
そうなのか
They don't?
Christmas is a holy day to them, right? So they normally spend it with their families. They do have big New Year's parties, though.
I thought I heard something about that on TV or somewhere.
Well, I don't have any family here, so I'll be alone regardless. But that doesn't mean I'm lonely. Don't get the wrong idea.
Or so she said, but being all alone on Christmas in a bustling town was probably pretty lonely. Of course, she'd probably get mad if I told her that, so I didn't. We shift to... no one, apparently. I thought the game was going to shift to our character. When I finished talking to the professor, I went to the lab. So, interestingly, there is another big thing that just happened, or rather, I should say, there's a big thing that did not happen just now, which is from... We didn't ask the professor to let us off the Amadeus program. That was like the big thing that happened in the other path. But we never asked him to take it off. We just kept it. When I finished talking to the professor, I went to the lab. I confirmed on the phone that Mayuri was just fine, but I wanted to see her for myself. I could see from the outside that the lights in the lab were on. I ran up the stairs to get away from the cold and opened the door. Hello?
Mayuri,
Mayuri, you here? I felt a small impact on my chest when I opened the door. Ow? Kako, do not slam me. Sorry.
No, I should have been looking where I was going. I'm sorry.
Evidently, he was just about to leave. Kako looked up at me, apologetic. For some reason, he was blushing a little. Yo! Only Daru and Lukaku were in the room. There was no sign of Mayuri or Suzuha.
I'm glad. If I'd gone on a little sooner, I would have missed you.
Were you waiting for someone?
Yes, but it's nothing important. I just brought you some snacks.
He brought some steamed manju buns, man.
Daru had already eaten about half the box. Thanks, Daru.
Someone gave them to us, so you can share them with everyone.
I see. Thank you.
Hey, Lukashi, you go on time?
Oh,
Lukaku looked up at the clock and started to fidget.
we're having guests to visit at home tonight.
客
Yes, of yours?
ルカ子の
No, guests of my father's. For some reason, I was asked to be there as well. Normally, he brings people over and who have the same hobbies as he does and talks to them for a long time. It's all too complicated for me to understand, so I usually just bring them tea. I'm not sure why he wants me there.
難しい話
Does he talk about religion and stuff?
宗教とかそっち系の
Lukaku's
話
family ran the Yanabayashi Shrine, one of the oldest in Akihabara.
Evidently not. Last time he was talking about Ariake and something about the era of Harumi.
ハルミ
Harumi, Ariake... Weren't those places?
That's Lukashi's day for you. Spooky.
Do you two know what he was talking about?
まあ
Yeah, I think so.
でも
But we can talk about it another time. If you got company, you should head
だから
home.
Oh, then I'll be going now. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Luca. He bowed deeply and disappeared out the door. Where's Mayuri? I watched him go, then sat down on the sofa.
マユリは
Where's Mayuri?
Like, May Queen probably? I haven't seen her today.
Mayuri! Then I guess I'll have to wait a little. Or should I go get her? Call her, damn it.
Oh, Green, the caller here. What was that all about?
I know I keep opening this, but I just realized. What are these? LHC, an abbreviation of the larger... Oh, yeah. Experimental device used to cause charged particles to collide and study the results, built by CERN, located 100 meters below the ground in Geneva, Switzerland. World's largest ring-shaped particle accelerator. Its total length is 27 kilometers. Many different teams, including one from Japan, use the device to perform experiments. The reason it's a ring is that when charged particles pass through the electromagnetic field, the Lorentz force causes them to bend. Guerrilla attack formation, one type of instantaneous national alert, or J-alert, system, In case of an emergency like a large-scale disaster or armed attack, the J-Alert system uses communication satellites to automatically activate all disaster warning systems in the country and warn the populace. When activated, the J-Alert triggers a series of loudspeakers and sirens placed all around the country. There are several different types, such as an emergency earthquake alert, Tokai earthquake alert, tsunami alert, eruption alert, weather alert, ballistic missile alert, air raid alert, guerrilla and special forces attack alerts, and terrorism alert. He was probably talking about the phone call I'd placed to him before I went to see the professor. That was, don't worry about it. I was probably just mistaken.
You sure? Okay then, I guess. I remember the strange sensation I'd experienced. I wondered if it was a world line jump, but several hours had passed and nothing had changed. It's definitely strange. It feels like we entered World War III early for that brief world line shift. And actually, I wasn't even sure if I'd really experienced it anymore. Memories were like that. Especially for me. Still, Harumi, huh? Look what she's at. Daddy's a real veteran warrior.
What's this about warriors?
Zua! Yo! Zua got back before Mayuri did.
Brother Luca's father is a warrior.
You call Luca brother? How come he gets to be brother when I'm stuck being Uncle Ocarine? Damn, I didn't even think of that, you're right. Why does Luca get to be brother when I'm freaking uncle? I ain't that old. That's right, a warrior among warriors. A man with a history of many battles, you could say.
I see. But I thought his family were all holy men. Oh, I see. They say some holy men can also be warriors.
She convinced herself.
Brother Luca really was amazing. I can accept that.
Amazing? What was amazing? I decided to just pretend I never heard that. Where's Mayuri? It still felt awkward looking at Suzuha. I'd avoided coming to the lab mostly to avoid seeing her.
Uncle Ocarine, don't make that face.
Evidently, she could read my thoughts just from the look on my face. She seemed upset.
I can tell you're avoiding me.
But... You know, it's not your fault, though. Wait, Suha, where have you been for so long? We're on a date with some boy? Never! Your father won't let you go make some random guy your boyfriend.
No, it's nothing like that.
Really? I thought it was a joke, but evidently he was serious about it. His tone was far less joking than usual. It must be hard being a dad. Damn. Poor Daru.
It's true.
Look me in the eye and tell me.
Come on. Do you of all people get to say that, Dad?
What does that mean?
You keep playing those weird games when you need to be spending more time with Mom.
I still love that they have very similar expressions, or just poses. Like here, they both just cross their arms all the time. They both say "okie dokie." I love it. That's because two-dimensional girls and three-dimensional ones are different. Didn't you say it didn't matter if a girl was 2D or 3D? Ocarine, I'm going to kill you. Did you have to say that right now? How can you betray me like that? Ocarine, I'm going to kill you. Now it's not the time, buddy. You can talk shit on me later, but not now, please. I've never been on Daru's side when it came to his hobbies, though. Damn. Have fun. Anyway, if it wasn't a boy, then tell your dad what you were doing today.
What I was doing?
If it wasn't something bad, there should be no problem. Now I'm actually concerned. Did she do something serious? Hang on. Wait. I just realized something. This didn't even occur to me, but I think we've also... There's something else that big that didn't happen.
in the previous... Okay, so I could be wrong about this, and I could just be wrong about the sequence of events and how they occur, and I wouldn't be surprised on that. However, let's assume I'm right. Basically, there was that whole event with Maho and Dr. Leskinen where we got attacked in the parking garage. Did that happen yet? I don't know if it did. There's not really an easy way for me to check. If it didn't happen yet, then... Did we not get attacked? I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check. Suzuha glanced at me, then sighed in resignation. I was looking for someone. Kagari. Someone. So it was a boy after all.
I told you it's not like that. A little girl. No, she'd be older than me now, I guess.
That was a strange way to put it. I glanced over at Daru, who looked back at me.
Actually, there was another girl in the time machine when I came here.
What? Wait, Suzuha, this is the first time I've heard of this. Interesting. So we're actually going to be here when... So this is the first time that Suzuha is mentioning Kagari to Daru and Okuri to Okabe. In the other path, Suzuha tells it to Daru alone first, and then Daru tells it to Okabe. But now we're actually having it told to both of us at the same time. Interesting.
I never told you.
She was looking down at her feet, and I could see she regretted bringing it up. Who is she? Where is she now?
I don't know what she's doing.
You don't know?
We got separated, you see, in 1998, here in Akihabara.
1998. That would have been 12 years ago. I'm still immensely confused. Because who is Kagari? That is a great question, because she mentioned that she got, like, plastic surgery or something to look like somebody else, right? She was supposed to be looking like Yuki, right? Because she was talking about how the real one would love Daru, right? But what does... And of course, don't even get me started on the fact... Like, I thought it was Suzuha at first because of the hair color. But then I realized Suzuha doesn't have gray hair and I'm an idiot. And then I realized, who the hell am I looking at? Who has gray hair? Or, I don't even know if the colors I was looking at wrong. I think I was still freaking shocked by the fact that there was blood everywhere and that Kagari had gone to a, like, killing spree. That I don't even know who I was supposed to be looking at or who it was supposed to be. The only thing I can think is I think it was supposed to be technically Yuki's face. And that's only assuming that what I read in the dialogue is right. But again, my memories of that is already kind of shabby as is because, oh, I don't know. There were bigger things happening at that moment in time. But like the start of World War III, the explosion of the time machine with Suzuha and Mayuri in it, the blood everywhere. The point is, it was a bit hard to focus on who the face was supposed to be. But it was evidently obvious that that Kagari had changed her face in order to look like somebody else. So what does the older real Kagari look like? I don't get it. There's so much going on, and this game has just driven me to insanity. 1998. That would have been 12 years ago. So it wasn't just Suzuha came from the future. It took some time for the meaning of that to sink in. But what happened?
You know, we went back to 1975 to find the IBM 5100, right, Uncle?
I nodded silently.
We somehow managed to get to the IBM 5100, and then we went to 1998. Our mission was to avoid the year 2000 problem.
The year 2000 problem? That was one of the big events at the end of the last century, along with Nostradamus' prophecy. But in the end, after all the fuss made by the media and pundits, nothing really happened. Was that because John Tyre had come from the future to fix it? If that was the case, then wow.
I ran into some trouble in 1998, then I got separated from her.
それで
And you used the time machine
はぐ
before
れ
you
た
could
まま
find
タイム
her.
マシンで跳躍し
I didn't have a choice. She ran out of the time machine on her own, and she must have remembered something because she swallowed her words with a bitter expression. We know the reason that she ran out of the time machine is because she destroyed the IBM 5100, and it was all because she suddenly heard the voice of God, which we now know the voice of God in Kagari's head, it's Leskinen, it's his future self. She's been brainwashed in the future and then sent back in the past, and now she's mistaking Leskinen's brainwashing for God. Of course, I looked for her. I did small jumps as many as my fuel would allow, and looked everywhere for her, but in the end, she never managed to find her.
I guess I understand, but why'd you keep something so important from us?
It was my fault that I lost her. I wanted to take responsibility for bringing her back myself.
You know me better than that. Dara's words were soft. I'm your dad. When you're in trouble, you can count on me.
Dad,
I gotta give it to Daru. He's a weirdo, but when it comes to Zua, knowing that she's his daughter, he does kind of like step up to try and do his best most of the time. He does care. He's definitely taking more responsibility than I would have normally thought he would from when I first saw him. You want to find her, right? So we'll help. Right, Ocarine?
なって
What? Me too. Of course. We're not asking you to change the future. You can do this, right?
まあ
Well, to be honest, after refusing all her other requests to save the world, I was feeling a little guilty. I'd like to help her if I could, but I want to know what she'd do after she found her. So, what's your name and age? And is she cute? Dad will be mad if she's really a man.
she's a girl.
Okay, then give me your name and measurements too. Daru, window, now.
I don't know her measurements. When I last saw her, she was 10.
Lolia. Daru, I'm going to kill you.
じゃあ今は
Then she should be
22歳になってます
22 now. Name, please. I'm going to kill you.
Her name's Kagari. Kagari Sheena.
シーナ
Sheena. The name was an unusual one. A girl who was part of Daru's group in the future who had the name Sheena. Suzua. Is that girl?
That's right. Her mother's name is Mayuri Sheena. Kagari is Big Sis Maya's daughter.
Mayuri's daughter. Of course, it was possible that Mayuri would choose to have a child in the future. The fact that I never even thought about it made the shock that much worse. If she had a daughter, she must have had a partner. And that partner couldn't be me. Because I died in 2025. Wait a sec. She was 10 in 2036. She would have been born in 2026. I'd have to learn more, but if I died in 2025, wasn't it just possible... Maybe barely... It could be me? That just couldn't be. Just like Suzua had appeared before Daru, she was going to appear before me. Who was the dad? I couldn't ask. Wait a sec. If her name was Sheena, that means Mayushi didn't change her name, which means...
Kagari was a war orphan. She had no relatives until Big Sis Maya took her in.
That sounds like something she would do. I realized that I was relieved in more ways than one, and I hated myself for a little bit for it. Thank you. Thank you, Okabe. Even if she did marry someone else in the future, as long as that made her happy, it was for the best.
Big Sis Maya told me to take care of Kagari, so this should never have happened. She was always clinging to Big Sis Maya, and she doesn't know anybody in this time, so I'm sure she's lonely.
その子は
How did you get separated? You said there was some kind of trouble.
さっきトラブルと言った
If she'd come to a new era in the time machine at 10 years old, Suzua would have been the only person she could rely on. There was no way she'd leave Suzua and run off on her own. That's where you're wrong.
I don't know either, but she got really unstable after we jumped to the past.
That made sense, come to think of it. A young girl, just 10 years old, who's suddenly taken to a world where she knew no one. Of course she'd be scared. Do you have a picture of her?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? We never got a picture of... Oh, no, don't... No. Uh-oh. I'm scared about what Okabe may think of it. She showed me a tattered picture with 2 girls in it. One was an adult woman. I couldn't see her face, but maybe it was Mayuri 20 years from now. Hiding behind her was another girl. Was that Kagari Shina? And now she's 22, huh? Hard to imagine. That is, if she was still alive. Even if Japan was a safe, peaceful country, it would be hard for a young girl to get by on her own. If she was lucky, someone might take her in and give her to an orphanage, but if she wasn't... Zua was probably well aware of that possibility, so I didn't bring it up. Hey, Ocarine. Help us out, okay? She's Mayuri's adopted daughter, right? I'd like to help. Are you okay with that, Suzuha? With me helping? I felt sure that Suzuha was disgusted with me. I had a chance to save the world and I had given it up. Would she want help from a person like that?
If you're okay with it, Uncle. If you're okay with it, Uncle, the more people, the better.
I see. Then I'll help. Of course, I didn't think this would make up for that.
Thank you.
What's this about Mayushi's... Oh, shit! What do you mean? Ah, hell. Everyone turned around at the sun voice. Ah, shit. What do you mean you heard all that?
Ocarine, you really did wait for me.
Mayuri.
What is it?
The moment I saw her, I finally relaxed. I'm so glad. Mayuri. I took her small hand in mine and felt the warmth. She was alive.
Ocarine?
Oh, sorry.
No, it doesn't bar me. It didn't bar me, so it's okay. Big Mayu, how long were you here for? I just got here.
I was careless. I was so focused on what Suzuha was saying that I didn't see Mayuri come into the room.
Hey, I heard you talking about Mayushi's daughter. What were you talking about?
That is, Crap. Mayuri knew that Suzuha was from the future, but telling her about her future daughter would be going too far. I needed to change the subject. Your turn, Amadeus, go! We were saying that you look so young you could be my daughter. Okabe, that's not much better! What the... Alright! Mayushi's a cute young girl.
Yeah, people tell me I've got a young face a lot. I will look grown up like Yuki, though.
Well, you eat enough for 2 grown-ups. You're laughing at that? That wasn't a compliment, Mayuri. That was enough to distract her, evidently.
Speaking of food, is there anything you want for Christmas?
Christmas? You mean the party?
Yep.
Anything's fine. As long as it's food, though.
Christmas party, huh? Have you been to one, Suzu? Where I come from, we really didn't have time for parties. But I think there was one time when Dad got us a really good chicken from somewhere.
Was it juicy chicken number 2?
Big Sis Maya said she'd cook it, but Dad stopped her.
I wonder why. Zua was looking at Mayuri as if she was remembering the past, or future as the case may be.
It really wasn't much more than we usually got, but it did make me happy.
In the future, when World War III was going on, there probably wasn't much time for celebration. But even then, Mayuri was still Mayuri, trying her best to make everyone happy.
Is there anything you want, Daru?
If I got cute girls dressed up in Santa cosplay, that's all I need.
How much food do you need, you think? The plan was to make it all with Yuki. I know. I'll have Luca and Ferris help too.
Mayuri's head was full of thoughts about the Christmas party, it seemed.
Is there anybody you want to bring to the party, Ocarine?
Me? I don't really... Aha! I almost said no, but then I remembered somebody. Maho Hyajo. She said that Christmas is something you always spend with your family, but... Not Leskinen. Maha only.
A cream?
いや、
No,
特にな。
not really. How is she going to spend her Christmas? It was after I watched Mayuri home. The second I was alone, I started thinking about this afternoon. If that really was a world line change, then what was the cause? The most likely possibility was that someone had succeeded in developing something like the foam wave. We were able to make one. There was no reason someone else couldn't. Another possibility was that... No, there was no use in thinking about it. I was just mistaken. And even if the world line did change, we weren't the cause. We didn't have anything to do with it anymore. Whenever I was alone, I always ended up thinking about things that wouldn't do me any good. I took the phone out of my pocket and tapped the icon. Amadeus! What's up? Hello. Grease's expression was as self-satisfied as ever. Why are you calling at this hour?
いや、
Nothing. I just felt like
なんとな
talking.
く話がしたく
Did it
なって
bother you? Not really. Talking to you is good for me, you know. She was an AI after all. She wouldn't be bothered no matter how the hour. You met with Maha, right?
あ、
Yeah. What'd you talk about?
何って。
What? I just gave her my report about our conversations. Is that all? You didn't invite her anywhere.
まだそんな
Are you still going on about that? You better not tell that to Yajo. She'll get mad at you.
But this is her big chance. I don't want her to waste it.
Kurisu seemed insistent on getting me and Maho together. Thank you, Kurisu. Sheesh, doesn't she have other things to think about? Things to think about. Would she have anything to say about that other matter?
な
Hey, question for you. What's the best way to find a missing person?
あ、消息不明にな。
That sure came out of nowhere.
身近でそんな話
Some
があ
friends
った
and I
ん
are
だ
trying
よ
to find someone,
でも、
but we don't really
自
know
分
what
た
to
ち
do,
じゃ
you
どうす
see.
ればいいのかを。
Tell me the details.
Soon Ford is suddenly interested. No, 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 no. Don't tell her. Scrap. Scrap. Crap. Revert. Go. Put him reverse. Tear. Put him reverse.
それが、
Well, you can't say anything?
俺だけの問題
I'm
じゃ
not the
ない
only
か
one
な。
involved. But I can't really help you like that, though.
だよな。
You're right.
一般論でいいんだ。
If you could just give me your general
意見を
thoughts.
聞かせて。
Well, the best option is to go to the police. That was the obvious and correct answer. Or a private investigator, possibly. Or look at old newspaper articles, but I guess you're already doing that. Company that investigates corporations or individuals, most commonly used to do background checks on prospective marriage partners or clients, or to see if a spouse is cheating.
どうかな。
I don't know about that. You don't know. You're trying to find someone and you haven't even done that.
俺も今日
I just heard about this today. I'll find out later.
後で確
But
認して
Gagari was from the future. And Suzuha didn't have any personal documents in this era either. Which meant that it was unlikely she'd gone to anybody in the government.
アメリカなんかでは
Some people in America use dowsing and clairvoyance to find people, right? Don't tell me you believe in that stuff. It has no scientific basis whatsoever.
いや、
No, it was just something I
言ってみた
thought
だ
of.
けだ。
Good. If you said yes, I was never going to speak to you again. She really was just like Kurisu.
ありがとう。
Thanks, that's a big help. I'll be praying you find her.
あ
Oh,
あ、それ
and
と、
what?
お
It's
Yeah.
nothing. What? Now you've got me wondering.
本当に何でもないん
It's
だ。
nothing, really. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow or something.
今日はこれ。
Why was I just about to say that? I was just about to tell her about Mayuri's Christmas party to see if she wanted to go. Kurisu was just an AI. She only existed inside of a computer. I guess I was just starting to see her as real. Hmm.
どう
Oh, it's the next day.
何か手
Well,
がかり
Dad?
はあった
Any luck?
いや
Nope,
残念
sorry,
ながら
nothing.
こっちは何にも
そう
I see.
The search for Mayuri's future daughter, Kagari Shina, was taking longer than expected.
一つ聞く
Let
が
me ask you something. Did you go to the police?
警察には行ったのか
うん
Yeah, I did. But there's no
Ichiyo
official
itanda kedo ne.
missing persons report.
でも
I was right. In order to submit a missing person report, you needed to have ID to prove who you were. That's why Suzuha hadn't done it. And also, I later learned that the only people who could submit a search request were people like family and significant others who were close to the missing person.
僕の方でも
Yesterday, I did some light hacking to the police database, but I didn't find anything.
ハッキング
だろうな
Yeah, I'm sure.
ってことは
Did you look
他
too
に
then?
も見てみ
ダルのように
I didn't look at any internal
Naibu
data like you did, Daru, but yeah. There was a database of missing persons on the police homepage. But it didn't go back very far, and it didn't have a lot of information. All it had was age, sex, clothes, and sometimes possessions that they were carrying. Since we knew nothing about Kagari Shina, we had basically nothing to go on.
でもさ
You know, this world may seem peaceful, but there sure are a lot of people who go missing.
身元不明者や行方不明者ってたくさんいるんだ
I
って
thought the same thing. Each year, over 100 unidentified bodies were found in Tokyo alone. If you expanded that to cover all of Japan, then went back 12 years, you'd have a pretty big number. And the number of missing persons was far greater. Each year, almost 100,000 people went missing. 1 out of every 5 was in their teens. Of course, most of them just ran away from home, and 70% were found within a week after a report was filed. But if 70% of them were found the first week, that meant that 30% of them weren't. In fact, 5% of them were never found at all, and no one ever knew if they were dead or alive. Perhaps Kagari Shina was caught up in an accident or killed. Or perhaps... I sat up, then got off the sofa. Hmm? Oh, Green, where are you going?
もうちょっと
I thought I'd do a little more research. School would be on break soon anyway, and it wasn't like I had anything to do. And while I hadn't been very interested at first, at some point I'd become really interested in the whereabouts of Kagari Shina. And more than anything...
ありがとう
Thank you, Uncle Green.
おかり
別に
No, it's nothing,
これくらい
really.
大した
うん
No, thank you
それでも
anyway.
ありがとう
As long as I was looking for Kagari, Suzuha probably wasn't going to bother me about the future. And having her bring up the same thing every time we met was hard for me. If I could get her focused on something else, that would make things easier. Or so I'd thought, but... Finding clues wasn't easy. Just in case, I got into the National Diet Library and looked at articles on missing persons and crimes in 1998, the year she'd gotten separated from Suzuha, but I had no luck. Japan's only national library, it consists of the main building in Tokyo, the Kansai branch in Kyoto, and several other branches throughout the country. The main building on First Avenue in Nagata Chiyoda Ward is often called the Diet Library. All works published in Japan are kept here, and while normal citizens are allowed to view them, they do not allow books to be checked out. Suzuha said she had been looking for Kagari every few years on her way to her time, so I knew it wouldn't be easy. I couldn't help but feel a little tired and disappointed. Kurisu!
どうかした
What's wrong?
お
Oh,
何
what?
いや
Nothing. I'd called Kurisu without even realizing it, somehow. I was about to say, like, why did I call you?
ね
Hey, you seem even more
え
tired than
昨日よ
yesterday.
りさらに疲
You
れてる
okay?
みたいだけど
Is that how I look?
そう見える
声のトーンが
Your
いつもよ
tone's
り
dropped lower than
低い
usual. I see your
結膜に
your
多少の出血
conjunctiva are
も見られる
slightly swollen with blood too.
昨日言
Were,
ってた
were
件
you
を調
looking
べ
into
てた
that
の
case that you told me about yesterday?
まあな
Yeah. I told Kurisu what I'd heard from Suzuha and Daru, and what I'd found at the National Diet Library.
バカね
You
そん
dummy.
なことなら
That's what
私に言ってくれれば
if that's what you were
簡単
trying
に
to
こと
do,
は
you
済ん
could
だ
have just asked me.
どういうことだ
What do you mean?
私なら
I can access the network and research anything that's on the internet,
オン
you
ライ
know?
ン上の情
あ
Oh, that's right.
そうか
I've forgotten. She was an AI that existed inside a computer. So something like that would be easy for her.
なんなら少し
Wanna
やって
give it a
みましょう
try?
か
すぐにできる
Can
の
you do it right now?
それほど時間
It
は
won't
か
take
から
much
ない
time at all.
それじゃあ
Alright,
頼む。
give it a go.
わかった。
Sure, just give me a second.
Kurisu fell silent on the screen and didn't move for a moment. Maybe 30 seconds later.
もう結果が出た
You're done already?
I searched the network and nobody named Kagari Shina has been involved in any accidents or crimes since 1998. I found 3 people with identical names, but given their ages, they're almost certainly not the girl you're looking for. If you want, I can send you an email with their data later.
いや
No, that's fine. When I stopped to think about it, even Suzuha would have been able to do a search on her name for her name on the internet. And what Kurisu was saying was almost certainly right. The Kurisu Maxi I had known was always right. I think that's all I can do then. Now it's up to you to do what only you can do.
俺たちにしかできない
What,
やり方
what can I do?
Go gather information around the place where she disappeared. It's the ultimate in analog methods, so.
やっぱり
I guess you're right. Suzuha had been doing that forever, so I couldn't imagine I'd find anything new. But if that was my only option, then that was what I had to do.
Yeah, I mean, Green.
Uh-oh. Close the phone, now! I spun around when I heard a voice behind me.
I knew it was you, Nya. What are you doing here, Nya?
フェイリス
Ferris
それ
and
に
Luca!
Hello, Kabe.
なんだ
Huh. It's rare to see you
珍しい
two
組み合
together.
わせだな
We just happened to run into each other earlier, Nya. And Luca Nyan was carrying a heavy load, so I decided to help him, Nya.
I took a closer look and saw that Lukaku was holding bags in both hands. If you added in what Ferris was carrying, it was quite a lot. He was trying to carry this all alone. Lukaku?
Hey, excuse me. Did you just hear something?
いや
No,
これは
this
別に
isn't...
何でも
I quickly hid the smartphone behind my back.
Hey, are you listening? Hey! There it is again, Nya. Is that who you were talking to a minute ago, Nya?
いや
No,
こ
this
れ
is...
は
It shouldn't matter if they found out.
Hey, wait.
But I still felt guilty, so I closed the Amadius app.
Were you on the phone, Nya?
あ
Oh, I was asking acquaintance for
ちょ
some
っと知
advice.
り合いにそう
Advice? Advice? So that was it. So that was it, Nya. When I saw you from behind, it looked like you were mumbling to yourself, so I was a little worried, Nya.
Did I look like she needed to worry about me? But, well, if she saw me talking to my smartphone in a place like this, I guess I could understand that.
Anyway, if you're in trouble, you should just have come to Ferris, Nya. That's right. I might not be able to help, but I can at least listen.
ありがとう
Thanks, really, but it's nothing.
大したことじゃ
No, wait a second. Both Ferris and Lukaku have lived in Akihabara since they were born. And both of their families held important positions here. Maybe asking them wouldn't be such a bad idea after all.
実は今
I'm actually looking for
人を
someone.
探してるんだ
You're looking for someone?
I told them that I was looking for a girl who'd gone missing 12 years ago in Akihabara. Of course, I didn't tell them that she was from the future or that she was Mayuri's daughter.
I'd be really interested in knowing why she went missing, Nya.
すまないが
Sorry, but I can't tell you
そ
that.
のあたりの事情
Yeah.
そういう話に
If you could
心当たり
ask
はないかだけでも
if you could ask if anyone has any idea, that would be a huge help.
Got it. I'll ask Kuroki, Nya.
Kuroki was her family butler. I met him several times. In the same way that Ferris naturally looked at it like a maid, Kuroki was just naturally looked like a butler. Come to think of it, it was rather strange for a maid to have a butler for a servant.
Oh, and I'll ask the masters at Maid Queen Nyan Square, Nya. I'll ask my father as well as our parishioners.
悪いな
Thanks, that would be a
そうし
big
てくれ
help.
ると助かる
Both Kuroki and Lukaku's dad knew a lot of people, and they had a far better chance of finding someone than we did. I hope they could at least find some small clue.
それはそうと
Anyway, Lukaku, what's all this stuff?
そのいや
Oh, remember how I said I had guests coming yesterday? One of those guests is going to be staying at our house for a while. So you gotta get things they need, Nya.
If they were a guest of Lukaku's father, they must be fairly old. And from what I'd heard yesterday, they probably had some unique hobbies.
それは大
That's
変だ
rough.
な
No, it's actually kind of fun.
Fun. Lukaku shared the same blood as his dad, so perhaps he had some latent interest in those hobbies. Don't get too into it, okay?
Huh? Okay.
I gave him that warning, then went to leave. Well, I tried to leave, but...
Got it. Look, Nyan, you okay? You're not even walking straight, Nya. I'm fine. It's just nothing.
Let's help. Yep, there we go.
Have some tea if you'd like.
いや、
No, I'll pass. You got guests, right?
お客さんだって
That's true, but...
I couldn't bear to see him struggle like that, so I'd carry his bags to the shrine with him. Ferris had gone back to her cafe.
それにしても
You know, I have no idea how he expected to carry all this stuff.
いくらなんでも一人で
I've gotten a little stronger lately. I've been doing the sword exercise you gave me, I mean Okabe.
Sword exercises. That was the training I'd given him when he told me he felt too much like a girl.
精神三昧
Seishin-zanma school, huh? A style of swordsmanship taught by Kyoma Hyuin to Luka Urushibara, the descendant of the ancient protectors of Akihabara. It also functions to strengthen the mind and quell the evil flames that lurk within Urushibara. Only the cursed blade Samidare can bring out its true power. One of its secret techniques is the Type 33 Cherry Blossom Rage. At least that's what Okabe said when he made it up. It was so stupid I couldn't even laugh.
I'm sorry.
Thinking back, I was amazed he put up with that nonsense.
Luka.
Luka, are you home? I could hear his dad's voice from their home behind the shrine office.
Yes, I'll be right there.
それじゃ
Okay, I'll be going.
Right, thank you, Okabe.
Lukaku bowed deeply as I left Yanabayashi Shrine. On my way home, I thought about what the two of them had said.
Amy, if you're in trouble, you should just come to Ferris, Nya. That's right. I'm gonna be able to help, but I can at least listen.
I didn't realize until after they'd spoken. I had gone to Karisu before I'd gone to anyone else. I brought up the app and started talking with her before I even realized it. She wasn't the real Karisu. But that voice, the way she acted... all of it reminded me of Karisu. All of it brought back the emotions I tried to hide. There's an incoming call on my phone. I'm not sure I want to see this. I can't click on it. It was from Kurisu. Let's open the phone. She was probably there to complain about me hanging up on her earlier. Okay, listen. That would be just like Kurisu. I didn't answer the phone. I didn't answer any of the other calls that came that day either. The United States of America, California. What? Christ, why do I have to do this report? The reporter, Jessica Edmond, had rushed to the scene at her director's orders, and she was pissed off about it. What are we doing here? She dreamed of Hollywood and even been in a movie once, so how'd she end up reporting on this crap? You're the one who said you wanted work, no matter what it was.
I did say that, but still.
I'm getting a bratty field actress a chance to do something productive with her life. I expect gratitude, not complaints.
What did you say?
Why, you gonna give up the job and run away? You never see anything though, you know. You keep that up and you'll lose custody. She hated herself for not being able to say anything. Her stupid pride got in the way. She dreamed of being a Hollywood actress, but all she'd gotten was a small part in a B-movie. They'd never gone anywhere after that. Then she had a kid and come back home. Still, she loved her kid. She wanted to make sure they were taken care of, no matter what she had to do. So, where is it? Back behind those bushes. She went into the bushes, and there she saw it.
Several bodies, all brutally mutilated. What's going on? What the?
5 scientists have gone unmissing this year, and 3 of the 5 are believed to have been researching artificial intelligence.
The authorities believe that the culprits may be radical religious fundamentalists who oppose the development of AI. And now we go live to the scene. Jessica? This is Jessica Edmund reporting live from the scene. The bodies found this morning were initially believed to be human. The police investigation later revealed them to be chimpanzees and orangutans. Why are there just dead monkeys everywhere, though? Like, why? But the bodies were all missing their brains and parts of their heads. Police are warning locals that a maniac may be on the loose. Why did I just get shown that? Why are we in school? Kabe, you got class after this?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm done for the day. Then you want to go get some food somewhere? You just want curry again, don't you? Kitchen Toki? A long-established Western-style restaurant in Jinbocho. It offers delicious food at a reasonable price, so at lunchtime it's filled with salarymen and students. The curry is especially popular. Body has helped me cheat on every schoolwork. The monkeys had their brains removed. I don't know how I feel about that one. I got a bit of an extra bonus yesterday, so maybe I'll splurge and go to Mundi. A curry restaurant in Jimbocho. It's famous for its full-bodied It's famous for its full-body European-style curry. It's a little outside the price range of a college student. It comes with endless fries. I'll pass. I'm a little tight this month. Okay, maybe next time then. Sure. I was talking with my friends after class. I'd really started to get used to this. Before the summer, I'd felt really off place at school, but no, it didn't seem so bad. Back then, I thought I was special. But now I knew better. As long as you make the effort to fit in, you can find a place to belong. People can change. No, they change when they want to or not. It's too late now, but I'd learned something about myself. It really was too late. Anyway, time to go home. Huh? You! As I head for the exit, I realized that I recognized one of the people passing through my field of vision. That was... Dr. Leskinen. Leskinen? My college went out of its way to attract exchange students, so it wasn't unusual to see foreigners. But still... He's gone. I hurried after him, but the person I just saw was already gone. Was I just mistaken? Come to think of it, the professor being here wouldn't be strange. He might have come to meet with my advisor, Izaki. Izaki had wanted to get to know him. Next time I see him, I'll ask. He glanced in the direction he'd gone and then left the school for Akihabara. When I came out of the turnstile, the radio building was right in front of me, like always. The time machine that Suzuha had used to come here was probably still on the roof. Even if people didn't go up there often, it was still amazing that no one had found it after so long. Of course, that was all thanks to Ferris. She ran out the roof of the building and sealed it off. Of course, I hadn't come here to look at the time machine. I got messages from Lukaku and Ferris after I'd left the lab last night. Both of them had asked, and neither of them were able to get any useful information out of me. Out for me. You know, I just remembered something. Hang on, didn't I get new backgrounds technically? Think strange. I kind of like the default one, honestly. It made sense when I thought about it. That there was a missing persons report, but somebody might remember, or the police doing something, but there wasn't. But Ferris had said something interesting.
But I did hear about ghosts with twin tails, yeah.
Ghosts with twin tails?
That's right. Supposedly appears every few years and asks people if they've seen a little girl, yeah. No matter how many years pass, its appearance doesn't change, so people call it the ghost with twin tails, yeah.
Is that Suzuha? Suzuha did travel every few years, and she might fit the bill with Twin Tails. That was definitely Suzuha. Yeah, I was about to say, that's gotta be Suzuha. What would she do if she knew people thought she was a ghost? I held back a laugh as I tried to imagine it, then headed for the radio building. My goal, of course, was to find information on Kagari. This was where she'd vanished. This meant this was where I was most likely to find clues. I went around to each store inside the radio building and asked, but I didn't learn anything. Of course, Suzuha would have done the same thing, so I didn't expect much. But that didn't mean I could just stop. Part shops. The commercial facilities. Even the back alleys. Even after all that, I went all around Akihabara asking people about Kagari. But I didn't learn anything useful. Some people told me the same story about the ghosts in Twin Tails, but no one knew anything about Kagari. If a little girl was kidnapped or got into an accident, somebody might witness that. But going missing was a different thing. If Kagari Shina vanished from her own free will, all anyone would see was a 10-year-old girl walking down the street. Nobody would remember that 10 years later. I tried to think again if there was a better way. If the police and government weren't of any use, that left someone connected to the underworld. Don't even think about it. Do not get in touch with Moeka. The underworld, huh? As soon as I said it aloud, I drove the idea from my mind. How stupid. That's something the old me would have thought of. I'd given that stuff up. Come to think of it, I'd run all over Akihabara looking for something once before. I wasn't looking for a person then, but a thing. The IBM 5100. 6 months ago, in the Alpha World line, I'd gone looking for the same thing that Suzuha had searched for in the past. Back then... That's right. Karisu was with me. When Karisu and I had learned that there was an IBM 5100 in Lukaku's storeroom, we'd worked together to carry the heavy thing.
Don't walk forwards. Then I have to walk backwards. Let's walk sideways.
Thinking back, all she had ever done was complain. She was strong-willed, bratty, and hated to lose, but she was still so lonely. Once again, I'd taken my phone out of my pocket without realizing it. Marius. Since I hadn't picked up any of her calls yesterday, she hadn't called me at all today. I stared at the Marius icon for a moment, and then put my phone back in my pocket. Hi! When I got back to the lab, I saw that Dara was completely exhausted. There was no need to even ask. It was obvious he hadn't found a single clue. Suzuha had been doing this for over half a year, so her face didn't portray her emotions anymore. Dara didn't even bother asking me how it went. You could probably tell from the look on my face.
You
stop to think about it. Sue's been working pretty hard at this. We amateurs aren't exactly going to find something new on our own.
Or so what I've been thinking, but trying not to say.
Thanks for helping. You don't need to waste any more time on this. I'll keep looking on my own.
Suzuha evidently had no intention of giving up.
No, I say, Suzuha. What I'm trying to say is...
I can't let you guys keep working so hard at this. What happened with Kagari is my responsibility.
Don't be silly. If the kid's responsible, the parent's responsible, duh.
Dad.
Hey, how was that? I think I was a pretty good daddy there. You want to hug me and tell me how much you love your dad? Go right ahead.
Window. When watching these two always gave me a strange feeling. For a while, after they first met, they were complete strangers. And now, they were father and child. And age-wise, they were exactly the same. Maybe I could understand how Suzuha was feeling, but I had no idea what Dara was going through.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, just searching around with... Yeah, but it isn't going to get you anywhere. Ugh, if I could stop yawning, that'd be pretty great too, you know? Oh, I got stretched too.
Oy, oy, oy. So, what are we supposed to do?
You ask someone who knows stuff. The best way to handle this is go to a specialist.
Specialist?
The way to do that is to talk to someone who knows the underworld, duh.
Why do you have the same ideas as me? Gosh dang it.
上皇
I realized he'd come up with the same idea I had. My head hurt.
心当たりがある
Do you know someone like that?
No.
ちちち
Don't underestimate your daddy. He may be an otaku, but he's well known in certain circles.
Well known for being a tub of lard.
This tub of lard could throw you out with no Okabe. Don't make fun of me, man.
And anyway, are you serious? Do you really know someone with underworld connections?
I'll see what I can find.
I swear to God, Moeka's gonna get involved, isn't she? I swear to God. Do not get Moeka involved again. I don't want to see her. Before Suzurai could respond, he took out his phone and started typing a message to someone. Was he serious? And was text messaging the preferred way to get in touch with the criminal underworld? Have fun, Daru.
どう思う
What do you think, Uncle?
If someone like that really exists, it can't hurt to ask him. In fairness, being a hacker was probably a pretty underworld sort of underworld sort of occupation too. If I knew someone like him, it was quite possible that the person he said he knew really existed.
Okay, thanks. Now we just wait for a response.
Oh,
Huh? It's back already.
that was fast.
Yeah, she says she's on her way.
向かいますって
She? I swear to God, Daru, I was kidding. I was kind of joking, but at the same time I wasn't. Do not bring Moeka here, I swear to God. Moeka! No, it's Daru, don't bring her! She's pretty fast, isn't she? No, it is Moeka because that's the only person who could write a text message that fast! No! Send her back! Go away!
遅いよりは
Better
いい
than
んじゃ
slow,
ない
isn't it?
That's true. And why do you know her in this timeline? Why are you familiar with her? Daru was sending another message. He was probably telling her where we were. All we had to do was wait for her to arrive. And then the phone rang. It's going to be freaking be her, isn't it? It's 100% going to be freaking Moeka. There's no other person who answers the freaking phone that fast. Speaking of answering the phone, Lukaku, what do you got?
もしもし、
Hello,
ル
Lukaku.
カ子か
Okabe, sorry. Are you free right now?
おう
Yeah, what's up?
Actually, there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
相談
Something you wanted to talk to me about?
今から
Can I come over now?
もらえない
今から
No? Is it something you can't say on the
電話
phone?
じゃいい
はい
Yes, kind of.
Right now? Would it be okay to leave this to Daru and Sua?
悪い
Sorry,
これ
someone's
から
coming
客
over
が来ること
now.
になっているんだ
I was interested in seeing what kind of person Daru's friend was.
そう
I see.
その後からじゃ
Can it
ダメ
wait
か
until after that? Was that an ending choice? I'm gonna look at my guide real quick. I don't have it pulled up. Let me take a quick look. Apparently no. That was not an ending choice, so...
その後
I've got something to do later.
僕も
そうか
I see.
So, how
それじ
about...
ゃ
Just as Lukaku was about to say something. It's gonna be Moeka, I swear to God. I heard sharp footsteps coming up the stairs. And then a knock.
はい
Come in.
どうぞ
悪いルカ子
Sorry, Lukaku. She's here. I'll talk to you later.
後で連絡を
And then I stopped. What? The person who opened the door. It was
こいつ
her
また
again? Stop appearing! You son of a... Go away! I knew it was you! You! Daru, why do you know her? And why do you know she's an underworld contact? Daru! It was Moeka Kiryu. I hadn't seen her since the ATF seminar.
あの
Okabe, what's wrong? Okabe?
お茶どうぞ
Have something to drink.
You! Moeka was silent, with her head tilted slightly forward. Seeing her caused a dull ache within me, like my heart was being squeezed dry.
どうして
Why? Why was she here with Daru? I had any number of doubts in my mind. What's wrong, Ocarine? Nothing. Huh? Malika tilted her head a bit to the side, and I quickly averted my eyes. There's no connection between CERN and us anymore. So she wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill Mayuri. She wasn't going to kill her. I said it to myself over and over again, and finally started to relax. She's just a random person with underworld connections to Daru. That's all she is. She's not the psychopath who's going after us this time. She is a complete rando at this point.
Uncle, you look pale. Are you doing okay?
気にしないでくれ
Don't worry about me. Anyway, Daru, can you explain what's going on?
説明してくれ
Oh, this is Kiryoshi. She's an edit pro writer. Edit pro? Editing production. Editing producers do special projects and editing work for a variety of publishing companies. Maika, Kiryu. She suddenly handed me her business card, which had the name of a company called Arc Rewrite on it. An editing production company located in Akihabara. It primarily does articles for computer magazines. Daru gave a brief explanation to me and Suzuha.
なあダル
Hey Daru, how'd you meet her?
お前は
Your magazine wants to do special in Akihabara urban legends. And I got a request to talk about my part-time job. It's not something I can really talk about, you know? So I politely refused, but... I normally try to make myself hard to track down, but Kiryoshi was able to find me. That got my attention. And once I met her, as you can see, I found that she was really hot.
Do not say that around her, she'll kill you.
Oh, writer tracks down urban legends. Is that the most anime thing ever?
Daru, not now.
And that's how they met. Suzuha was frowning as she saw how Daru acted around Moeka. She didn't say anything, but I could tell she was thinking that he'd be better off directing his attentions towards Mom. Moeka, for her part, seemed completely uninterested in Daru. She was wearing her usual poker face and fiddling with her phone. She's still using a Japanese feature phone instead of a smartphone, huh? Well, it's not exactly her specialty, but she knows a lot about Akihabara, especially about some of the underground stuff, I guess. So I thought it might be worth asking her. Oh, God. No, she does know. She knows Kagari, but this is not okay. We're gonna get involved with CERN again at this rate. And I don't want to get involved with CERN. I've had enough of their bullshit. Leave me alone. Take your stupid little computer thing and piss off.
You're looking for someone. That's what I heard.
Yep, actually, we want you to find a girl who went missing 12 years ago in Akihabara. Daru told Moeka Kiryu the basic story. She was dead silent the whole time, but she typed his words into her phone with incredible speed. I said nothing and just watched. She was once around her. She probably still was. Was it okay to trust her? It was just a coincidence that I'd run into her here. I knew that in my head, but my heart just refused to accept it. Here in the Beta World Line, we'd never encountered Moeka Kiryu before. Of course we hadn't. I'd chosen the Beta World Line so that we wouldn't. Even though the cost was Karisu Makise's life.
In other words, you want me to find this Kagari Shina person?
That's right. Can you help?
I can try.
Seriously?
But I don't know if I'll find her.
Of course, if you can't, you can't. Normally, Moeka and I would never have run into each other like this. Of course, we might have crossed paths in Akihabara. We almost ran into each other when she'd come to interview Dr. Leskinen and Maho at the ATF seminar. But I convinced myself that we were never going to meet each other directly. Was this fate? Were she and I fated to cross paths at some point? If that was the case, maybe it's better not to try to avoid her, but to watch her and see what she does.
As I listened to Dar talk to her, that was what I started to think.
じゃあ報酬は
So
成
we'll
功
pay you
報
if you
酬
succeed, and then any art
その
necessary
他の
expenses,
必要経
okay?
費は
問題ない
No problem.
オカリンもスズ
So
カ
Green,
も
so
それ
you
で
okay
い
with
い
that?
私は
If she can help, I'm not
手
going
伝
to
ってもらえる
complain.
ならもう
俺も
I don't mind
構わない
either.
じゃあ
It's a deal
契約
then.
成立って
Noika nodded silently, then asked us for information about Kagari that might be a clue. Stuff like the clothes she was wearing when she disappeared and what she looked like. After that, she left. All the tension suddenly drained from my body as I sank into the sofa.
おじさん
Uncle, are you sure
本
you're
当に
okay?
大丈夫
大丈夫だ
I'm fine. I was just a little
少
nervous.
し緊
It
張
was
し
a
た
little
だけ
late,
だから
but I took some anxiety meds out of my pocket and swallowed them.
おじさん
Uncle, you knew that
Sakino,
Moeka Kiryu girl,
桐
didn't
生
you?
萌香って
She could tell.
マジで
Seriously, when did that happen,
オカリン
Ocarine?
いつの間に
どうして
Why did you think
そう思
so?
ったんだ
見ていればわか
I
る
could tell by looking at you.
I guess you have to be pretty sharp to survive on the battlefield.
いや
No, I
知
don't
ら
know
ない
her.
人だ
アルファ世
Did
界
you know her in
線
the
で
Alpha
は
World line?
しわかった
Okay. I won't ask anymore, but I'll do my best to keep an eye on her.
あたし
それでいい
That's enough for now.
今はな
一体何の
What are you
こ
guys
と
talking about?
緊張したって
I got
いうこと
nervous, is
さ
all.
わかるわ
I understand that. She saw it as giant boobs and great proportions. She even wears glasses. I can't help it.
そうだな
That's right. Hey, Suzuha. Doesn't the window look mighty fine right now? Don't you think Dara would just love to fly through it? Why not go ahead and fling him towards Yuki and just get this over with? If she was a part of my life now, I would just have to use her as best I could. Maybe it was because she was gone now, or maybe it's because of my anxiety meds, but I'd calmed down enough to start thinking that way. Of course, who knew if I'd feel the same way the next time I saw her, face to face. Change? Yep, we're playing as Maho now. The Japanese office of the Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization in Wako City, Saitama. Maho Hyajo had tried her best to hold back a yawn, but in the end, she'd given up and opened her mouth so wide it covered well over half her face. Thank you, Maho. One reason was that she had gotten caught up in talking to Karisu last night, and only ended the conversation after it was late into the night. At first, they'd been discussing the research and experiments she'd been doing, but at some point she'd gotten sidetracked into talking about Rintaro Okabe. Evidently, he'd been ignoring calls from Karisu for the last few days. Karisu was much madder at him than she was when he'd ignored her the first 8 times. It was the first sign of femininity that she'd ever seen from Karisu Makise. It was cute enough that Maho couldn't help but take the chance to get back at her for all the teasing she always did. She ended up staying up a lot later than she intended. And since she was too energized to sleep by that point, she'd gotten out Karisu's old laptop. She started to fiddle with it to see if there was some way to crack the password, and the next thing she knew, it was morning.
パスワード
Password, huh?
やっぱり
Maybe it would be
プロ
better to
に
ask
で
a
も頼んだ方
professional.
がいいのかしら
何の話だい
What's up now?
Leskinen? She suddenly heard a voice behind her and almost jumped out of her chair.
Hello. Is it really that surprising?
Professor, you're back.
戻ってたんですか
Just now.
He raised up his hands and showed her some plastic bags from a nearby convenience store. He'd left to go to get lunch just 10 minutes ago, and she'd been sure he wouldn't be back for a while.
You know, Japanese convenience stores have so many foods to choose from. It's truly wonderful. You can eat a different box lunch every day, and a week later you'll have new ones to choose from. And each store's got its own flavor, so you can get your food from them every day if you want.
コンビニのお
If
弁
you keep
当
eating
ばか
box
り
lunches
食
from
べている
convenience
と
stores, you're gonna
栄
get
養
fat.
偏りますよ
It's still healthy compared to American food.
Damn.
Also, I don't think you have the right to lecture anyone about their eating habits.
Ugh.
He was right. Nutrition wasn't an important consideration for Maho. In fact, she ate mostly cereal and meal replacement shakes, which made her diet very unhealthy. Maho,
By the way, what do you want to ask a professional for help with? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing. It wouldn't bother her if Luskin found out. For some reason, she suddenly decided not to tell him. Good. Yeah, if there's anything I can do to help, I will. Thank you. I may take you up on that. Don't you dare. She stood up and headed for the door. Maho, where are you going? I'm going to Akihabara to get some fresh air. That's a long way just to go for some fresh air. Yeah. If you just admit that you're going to see Lentalo, I'll permit it. It's not like that. It's not? I might go see Mom there. Okabe had a laboratory in Akihabara. Karisu had told her that last night. She said that something about how he had been avoiding it for a long time and only recently started going there again. Ma was just a little interested in it too. Just so we're clear, it's not like that. It really isn't. I haven't said a word. Anyway, I'm taking the day off. Tell Lentalo I said I. First Karisu and now the professor. Why do they keep trying to make everything about romance?
Anyway, isn't that called sexual harassment these days?
For one thing, she wasn't going to Okabe's lab just to visit him. She wanted to see him again and see if she could get any hints about the password. He had said he didn't know, but he'd probably be able to come up with more than she could on her own. That's what she thought after seeing how he interacted with Amadeus. You could call it a woman's intuition. She was thinking about that when she changed trains and got off at Akihabara Station. She felt like someone was watching her and spun around. It was a weekday, but the station was crowded. She looked around at all the people, but none of them seemed to be paying her much attention.
I must have imagined that. Right?
Uh-oh. She whispered to no one in particular. She started to walk again. Karisu had told her that the location of the future gadget lab. She wasn't that familiar with the layout of Akihabara, but she needed to. But if she needed to, she could ask her for directions. What if she came in unannounced and Okabe wasn't there? That bothered her a little, but she decided she could just leave if that happened. Her eyes lingered on the junk parts lined up in the bins at the shops as she walked when... She felt someone looking at her again. When she turned around, she still didn't see anyone. Is she being followed? She started walking again, then went around a corner into an alley. And then she was sure of it. Footsteps. She could hear them behind her. Of course, that was nothing special. She would often be out walking at night and hear footsteps behind her. She speed up her pace, only to see an irritated man walk past her a moment later. This time, for some reason, she was sure it wasn't that. She decided to try walking faster and found the footsteps went faster too. When she went slower, so did they. Whenever she saw a scene like this in a movie, she imagined that she'd just kick the guy in the face. Now that was actually happening, she was too scared to turn around. She fumbled for the phone in her pocket. The idea of calling the police never occurred to her. The only thing she thought of was the name of the man she was trying to meet. She picked it out of her call history and pressed the button with trembling fingers.
Please.
The footsteps overlapped with the sound of the ringing.
Okabe, help me.
The footsteps were almost on top of her. Just when she couldn't take it anymore, she was about to start running. Hello? She heard a voice coming from the other side of the phone.
Oh, Okabe, it's me, Hyajo. I'm right next to your lab.
But she didn't get to say another word. By the time she realized that someone had grabbed her from behind, the phone had already slipped from her hands. Shit. She got kidnapped? Are you kidding me? What's this? I asked Moe Kiryu as I took the paper she offered me silently. She contacted Daru just 10 minutes ago and told him she was on her way to the lab. I'm scared!
Why are you back in my call history? She arrived right at the time she said she would. She must have been very close when she contacted him. What was she going to do if no one was here? Report. Evidently, it was a report about her investigation thus far. The stack of papers was shaking a little in my hands. I still felt some unease when Moeka was in my presence. Maybe it was just because of the anxiety meds I'd taken right after she'd said that she was coming, but I was still doing a lot better than yesterday.
Well, Uncle?
やっぱり
I guess it really isn't going to be that easy to
そう
find
簡
her.
単に見つかる
I see.
She must have been inspecting something, at least a little. There was an obvious tone of disappointment in her voice.
Kagari.
Kagari, where are you and what are you doing?
With no way to answer her, I just silently flipped through the pages of the report.
どうしたオカリン
What's up,
なん
Ocarine?
か
Find
有
something
力な手
useful?
がかり
いや
No, not
そう
really,
いうわ
but
けじゃない
見せて。
Let me see.
I handed the report over to Zua without complaint. I pointed to the part that interested me with my finger.
調査の中で一つ。
My investigation has revealed one interesting fact.
この1、2ヶ月
Over
の
the past
間
1
に
to 2 months, it seems another party beside herself has been searching for Kagari Shina.
私たち以外にも存在する。
Oh.
どういうこと
What does that mean?
読んだままの通
Just
り。
what you read.
Which meant... My phone started ringing before I could finish the thought. I don't like this! Normally I just ignore her and call back later, but...
悪いちょっといいか
Sorry, can I take this? I got stretch again. Oh. Ugh. For some reason, I had to answer. That's what it felt like.
もしもし
Hello.
もしもし岡部
Hello,
さん。
Okabe, it's me, Hyajo.
ヒヤジョです。
She sounded on the verge of panic, and my voice naturally rose to match hers.
どうした
What's wrong? Hyajo.
今、
I'm right next to your lab.
Immediately afterward, I heard what sounded like a struggle, then something hitting something else.
ヒヤジョさん
Hyajo?
ヒヤジョさん
Hyajo,
どう
what's
した
wrong? Phone calls are really scary in this game. They really are terrifying. It always feels like something bad's gonna happen whenever I get a phone call, and it's just like, I don't want to answer, man. And then there was silence. We need to go help Maho.
オカリン
Ocarine, what's
何か
wrong?
あったん
From the tone of her voice, it was obvious something bad had happened.
知り合いが誰かに襲
Someone's
われ
attacking
て
this girl I know.
マジ
Wait, seriously?
知
Which
り合い
girl?
って誰
But I didn't stay to answer his question. I grabbed the nearest thing that could serve as a weapon and ran out of the lab. Come on! She said she was close to the lab. If she was coming from the station, she'd have chosen a route that not many people would go down. She was probably... Yeah, like directly in front of the lab. I saw someone there. They were tall and slender, and I could see a tiny silhouette struggling behind them. I knew it. The only girl I knew that size was Maho.
やめて。
Stop it! Let me go!
Someone had grabbed her and she was trying desperately to escape. Wait. Is this bad? Because it looks more like a hug, kind of, right? I don't know.
ヒヤジョさん
Hyajo!
Huh?
Who are you? I got a lightsaber! The person who was holding her turned around in surprise at my voice. A woman? It's only then I realized it was a woman and that she wasn't Japanese.
岡部。
Okabe!
おい
Hey, let go of
ヒヤジョ
Hyajo!
さんを離
Did she not understand me? No, but she should have been able to guess what I was getting at.
その子を
Let her go.
離
Try to
せ
strike a threatening pose with the weapon in my hand. I finally realized that what I brought was the Siloom saber. Still, it would serve as a bluff.
もう一度言うぞ
Say again.
So
Let her...
違うの岡部さん。
Not like that, Okabe!
It wasn't. Then why did you sound terrified on the freaking phone? Ay, ay, ay. I wasn't like, what? Who is this? Wait! You! You were in the other ending! You were in the bad ending! What are you doing here?
The woman let go of Maho and smiled. She walked towards me with her arms open wide. Why are you here?
Are you Maho's
Are you
boyfriend?
No. Huh? What? Wait! Before I could ask what was going on, she wrapped her hands around my back and gave me a firm hug.
I told you he's not.
I had no idea what the hell was going on, but the two soft objects pressing my chest kept me from moving. Help! Then you know her, Hyajo? Hyajo! For the love of God, you cannot just call on the phone, act terrified, and then suddenly go quiet and not say, like, I'm fine, I'm just being hug attacked. You can't just... I thought you were getting kidnapped!
I'm sorry. It was my mistake.
I'm Judy. Judy Reyes. Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Okabe.
I would voice you, but you're speaking in English right now. Hello, Judy Reyes. I know you're from the bad ending, so I do not trust you for a second. The woman named Judy Reyes offered me her hand, her broad smile like the sun itself. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Japanese will do just fine. What? You speak Japanese, Professor? Yes, actually. I had no idea. But why? When a girl gets to be my age, a lot happens.
Her mischievous wink looked pretty good on her.
Anyway, I'll introduce myself properly. Judy Reyes. Nice to meet you.
I returned her handshake. Could you not pretend... You can't just sneak up on people like that, man. What the hell? Rentaro Okabe.
Professor Reyes says she came to Japan for an AI conference.
You mean like the one at the beginning of the game? She's a professor. Victor Condria?
I research psychophysiology.
Psycho...
It's the intersection of psychology and biology. In other words, she researches how the activities of the brain affect the inner workings and diseases of the mind.
That just made me think about the scene that was happening a little while ago with the chimpanzees and orangutans with their brains taken out. I'm still thinking about that. Why was there just a bunch of murdered orangutans and chimpanzees with their brains stolen? What are you doing with monkey brain?
In that sense, her research is a lot more useful to humanity than ours. That's not true. Depending on how it turns out, your Amadeus could turn into an incredibly useful piece of technology.
Yeah, it can. It can also turn into something that affects war.
It makes me happy to hear you say that.
In short, Dr. Reyes just happened to see Maho on the streets of Akihabara and decided to surprise her by grabbing her from behind. Don't do that.
Bill, that's pretty mean of you, following me all the way from the station. I followed you, from the station. That's right, you followed me the whole time, didn't you? No, I didn't. I happened to see you from that shop over there and I decided to surprise you. Huh?
Wait, what? Maho had only just relaxed when Dr. Reyes' answer drained her face of its color. Wait, what? Okay, either she's lying, which I'm very inclined to believe, honestly, or there was someone else who was genuinely following her. I'm more inclined to believe that she's lying, honestly, because, again, I know your true intentions from the bad ending. But I can also see the possibility of it being maybe somebody else was following her, and maybe Reyes was just in the right place at the right time to cause enough of a distraction to let Okabe get here and prevent the whole thing from actually being a genuine kidnapping? I don't know. Again, I still think it's the former, but I can't deny there's a possibility of the latter. Hyajo, someone followed you.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Did you see anyone suspicious? Dr. Reyes denied it with that unique shrug that foreigners always do. I looked back over the alley, but of course I didn't see anyone.
I must have been mistaken then. I'm sure you were. Japan's the safest country in the world, right?
Just because it's the safest doesn't mean that bad things can't happen. It just means that it's safer comparatively. Bad things still happen, you know. Was it?
What are you going to do now, Maho?
Ray seemed to sense something in Maho's silence.
I see. Alright, I'll be on my way then. We should talk sometime, Rintaro. Bye!
She gave me a meaningful wink as she left. The station was in the opposite direction. Should I have said something? Nah, she can figure it out on her own. I got a strange sense that she was feeling me out, but it seemed like a waste of time to resist. Well, that was something. Anyways, welcome to the lab. So, this is Hyojo. You remember me telling you all about how I met her at the seminar, right?
Sorry for all of us.
Again, just please be careful how you react on the phone. You can give someone a very wrong impression. I almost knocked out a person that was... At this point in time, they are currently innocent. I hesitate to say that, but at this point in time, as far as we know, in this route, she is currently innocent, and I almost just knocked out an innocent person trying to give someone a hug. I still wouldn't honestly regret it if we'd hit her, considering what she did in the other world line, but point is... I ended up taking Maho back to the lab where everyone was waiting for my return. Sue had actually gone out once to look for me, but evidently by that time I was already gone.
Well, I'm glad it was nothing.
After I gave an introduction and an explanation, everyone let out a sigh of relief. Mao seemed to want to ask a lot of questions about the lab, but I had something I had to finish first. Oh, right, we went from one person that I distrust to another person that I distrust. I remember. Hi, Moeka. I completely forgot about you for a second. Sorry, where were we?
We were talking about another group looking for Kagari-tan.
Right. So, if the other path is to be believed, then Kagari is with the Rounders. Or at least, Moeka and Kagari definitely know each other. According to the other path. So... Although, what I'm worried about is that once Moeka... What I'm worried is going to happen is that Moeka is going to realize, like, the person we're trying to find, like, what they're... Like, the reason we're trying to find them and, like, who they are. I'm worried that if Moeka finds out, she's going to just immediately try and send an operation against us to take us out. But... I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Is that true, Kiryu?
It's true.
I looked back down at Moeka's report where she'd written all the details. She even hired a private investigator to check it out. Which meant that it was probably true. There's no chance it was Suzuha.
I thought of that, but... Some of the people looking for her were men. Some were even foreigners.
So it definitely couldn't be Suzuha. Foreigners? Why would they be looking for Kagari?
I'm the only one with any connection to Kagari this time, so why would anyone...
Suzuha, careful! Could it be CERN? Maybe CERN realized that she was from the future and had gone looking for her. But if that was the case, then Moeka would have to know about it. No, the Rounders were all given their orders individually, so it would make sense if she didn't know what the others were up to. Kagari Shina's been here for 12 years. She has to have met some people during that time.
More like she couldn't survive that long without somebody's help.
Other things we learned from the other route is the person who ended up finding Kagari was Leskinen. So Leskinen knows where Kagari is because he's the god's voice in Kagari's head. At least the future him is, but the point is... So... That's true. In other words, what this report tells us is someone who knows who Kagari Shina is has started looking for her recently for some unknown reason. That means that at least until recently, she was alive.
Oh, that's right.
I guess it's something. Unless they could travel through time like Sasua. If they were looking for her, that meant they'd know... Oh, they'd known where she was until she disappeared. If people had started looking for her in the last few months, that meant she'd been alive until then. There was nothing else to be learned from Moeka's report.
Oh, you do.
I don't really know. Shall I continue the investigation? If people were looking for Kagari in Akihabara, that meant she might still be here. Alright. Moeka took her payment for the work she'd done so far and left the lab. Dar had paid the bill. It seemed that when his future daughter was at stake, he was willing to spend money.
You're looking for someone?
Mom had been looking around the lab with interest. Yeah, just a girl I know. It worried me that some people were looking for Kagari Shina. It worried me that some of the people looking for Kagari Shina weren't Japanese. Fear. It's Mayuri. Hey, Okarin, what time are you getting home today? Is something going on? I shouldn't be that late. I won't be coming home tonight. Is something going on? Is everything okay? I met your mom and she asked me to cook tonight. But she has to go to a meeting for the shopping street, and she wasn't sure what to do for dinner. So Mayuri said she'd do the cooking, and she said that was okay. Are you sure? You're busy too, aren't you, Mayuri? You don't have to do it. It's fine, I'll make something good, come home soon. I see. Really? Seriously? I'll be waiting. Danger! Danger! Fear. Mayuri, no! Don't blow up my house! It worried me that some of the people looking for Kagari Shina weren't Japanese. Even outside of CERN, there were people all over the world who would jump at the chance to learn more about the time machine. If they somehow learned that Kagari was from the future, that could mean she was caught up in some kind of trouble.
Alright, Okarin, give me the Chris from Yajoshi.
I've already told you everything there is to know, though. She was Dr. Leskinen's assistant, and both she and the professor had been very good to me. I was helping with their work a little. I told him all this before.
For example, is there going to be a super development where she suddenly becomes a lab member?
In a game, anime, novel, or etc. refers to something that happens which completely ignores the plot and foreshadowing that occurred up until then. The super development instead takes the story in a completely new direction, similar to the phrase Deus Ex Machina. These completely unexpected plot developments leave viewers bewildered and struggling to keep up. No, Daru, actually, Daru, I don't know if I can answer that, to be honest with you. Probably not.
Can I at least call her Maho-tan? Actually, I'm just gonna.
Maho-tan?
Your funeral.
Yeah, did I get your name wrong?
It's not it. It's just a weird thing to say.
But you're Maho-tan, right, Maho-tan? Don't you agree, Okarin?
Daru. Don't ask me. I don't want to be involved in your shenanigans.
Just stop calling me that.
But I refuse.
He never changes, does he? Nope. So anyway, Hyajo, what brings you to the lab today? Did I tell you about this place?
Amadeus told me. There was something I wanted to talk to you about, but forgot. Forget it. I got to see this mysterious lab, and it looks like you're all busy.
Was she mad?
Yeah, she was really ticked off. She says you're not picking up her calls.
Yeah, no kidding. Danger. That's exactly what I expected, yeah.
What? What are we talking about?
Nothing involving romance. Cool it, man.
Is this really bothering you after all, Okabe? If you want to stop being a tester, you can...
No, that's not it. It's just... I hate how I was starting to feel dependent on her.
Talk to her sometime. If you ever feel like it, She's lonely.
I feel like I always gotta keep checking for her.
わかった。
Okay. The word lonely made my heart ache a little. But even so, I still didn't talk to Karisu that day. Okay, I'm starting to get nervous because now we're starting to get up to the Christmas party. And in the other path, the Christmas party meant that we got traveled to World War III for a whole month. And there's already been many major different things that have happened since then. So I'm wondering, is it going to even happen this time, or... Several days had passed since Moek had given her report. I checked last night, and evidently there was nothing new to say. The cute danger message is gone. She had her deadlines for her magazine, she said, and couldn't spend a lot of time on it. The other group of people who were searching for Kagari Shina concerned me, but I couldn't ask her to prioritize it over her own work.
Mayuri. Mayushi is very disappointed.
Is this about the Christmas party?
クリスマスパーティー。
Yep. Kaede and Fubuki are both busy. Ferris is at work, and Nai's gonna spend it with her dad.
Oh, so we're not going to do the Christmas party this time, are we?
And Dara says he's gonna go have fun with Yuki.
Okay, so this is a major change already. We're just not even doing the Christmas party this time. So maybe okay, in that case, maybe we won't be traveled to World War III for a month. Maybe? I still think something's gonna happen, but there's now a chance, I would argue. I'm not betting on it, but there is a chance.
結構なこと
That's
じ
a
ゃない
good
か
thing, isn't it? I heard that Suzu had gone through a lot of work to set that up. He was always complaining that Dara wasn't making his intentions clear with Yuki. From Suzuha's perspective, her own existence was at stake. Even if it was already fated to happen, something still might interrupt it. I still think that if something were to happen, I still think Suzuha would just kind of vanish from existence. Same with the time machine, and all of reality would just change around us. Essentially, somehow. I still think something would big change happen if Yuki and Daru didn't get together. Like, surely something big would happen. More than anything, she probably wanted to see her mom and dad getting along in this peaceful world. If something came out of this, it would probably make her feel better. You sure you don't want to spend Christmas with your family? Your dad was reserving a cake.
You met my dad?
I ran into him near my house. He was all excited because he was reserving a big cake for you to surprise you.
I see. Then maybe I should do that.
Oh, but don't let him know I told you. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, okay. But what are you gonna do for Christmas?
I guess I don't have any plans. My family never did stuff like that. You guys at school were having a men-only drinking party, but I hadn't been invited. I kept telling them she wasn't, but they insisted on thinking that Mayuri was my girlfriend. Some of them had it out for me because of that. Damn.
Didn't you see that one year you asked Santa for a present and the next day you found vegetables on your pillow?
What the hell are you talking about? What? Yeah, and it was obviously stuff left over from the day before. When I went to complain, my dad yelled at me and told me that we weren't Christians anyway. Honestly, I'm amazed that I actually grew up alright. Actually, Okabe, hang on. I hate to say this, Okabe, but are you sure you grew up alright? You realize the shit you've gone through, right? Can you really say that you grew up alright? Remember the whole Hewing Kyoma phase? Remember the whole time travel phenomenon that happened about half a month ago in this game's time already? Can you really say that you grew up alright? Because I don't think you can. Come on, man. Well, if you could call how I ended up alright. No!
Once Christmas is done, there's Kamima, and then New Year's. The year just flies by.
You're right. It hadn't flown by for me at all. I'd gone through the same span of days again and again. For me, the year had been unimaginably long.
I know. Hey, Green, since we can't have a Christmas party, how about we have a New Year's party? We could all go visit the shrine and eat osechi and sing Happy New Year's.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Right? Okay, then I'll ask everybody later.
Whoops. Mary stood up to go.
Okay, Mayushi's gonna go shopping.
Shopping?
Yep, I need some props for Fubuki's cosplay.
I see. Take care.
Okay. Oh, right, Green, Lukaku wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that. That's right, Lukaku had called me. After that, Moeka had come, and so much had happened that I'd forgotten. Knowing Lukaku, since I told him I'd call him back, he'd probably been waiting for me this whole time. Sorry, Lukaku. Got it, I'll get in touch with him. Lukaku!
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Mari put on her coat, waved, and went out the door. Alright, I should get in touch with Lukaku. I feel a little worried. Afraid. That's the word I was trying to say. Is this an ending path? I need to take... I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. Lukaku! I'm sorry for ignoring you for like, how many days now? Like 3, 4? Lukaku isn't picking up. Lukaku! Oh well. I'd have to send him a Rhine. I typed in my message. I forgot all about yesterday. Okay, it was one day. I thought it was multiple for some reason. And sent it. And then I waited a while for a response to come back. There was no sign of him even reading a Rhine message. I'm starting to get worried. Please don't tell me something happened to Lukaku, please. Was he busy with something? For a moment, I thought of going to the shrine to see, but if he was busy, I didn't want to bother him. He'd contact me when he had time. Just when I was thinking about that, I'd heard footsteps coming up the stairs outside the lab. It didn't sound like Daru. Daru's steps were a lot heavier. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Come in. Scared. Don't open that door. Oh. Oh, it's just you. I was fully expecting somebody, like, I was expecting Kagari, I was expecting Rounders, Moeka, Leskinen somehow. Hello, Luka. Lukaku.
Hey, Okabe, I'm glad you're here.
It was Lukaku, the boy I'd just been trying to get a hold of. Sorry, I totally forgot, so I just called you.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't notice either.
He looked guilty, as if he'd done something wrong. I'm the one who screwed up, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Anyways, you gotta be cold. Come in.
Oh, sure.
But he hesitated, seemingly distracted by something behind him.
So, Okabe, I was going to talk to you about something. But first, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Is that okay?
I'm not happy. Lukaku, what's going on? Someone you'd like me to meet?
Well...
Lukaku moved slightly to the side, and a girl appeared behind him.
Hello?
Who? What? Impossible. Wah, 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 ah, ah, ah. The girl there was...
Chris.
Ah! No, that's Kagari, isn't it? What the hell? What's going on? Something's not right. What the hell's going on?
Nice to meet you.
What? What the hell? Come in.
Thank you.
I offered her a cup of tea I poured out of a plastic bottle, and she thanked me in a voice that was almost impossible to hear. That's Kagari! What is wait, something's really wrong now. Something doesn't make sense. Because this is way too different at this point. Because Kagari was supposed to have, like, gone, like... What the hell's happening? This looks completely different from... What? In the other path, you looked more like someone else, right? But... What's going on here? There's way too much that's changed. This, like... Wait, could it be... There's one of the major things that's changed between this path... One of the first major things that changed between this path and the other path that I took was that first world line shift. The one that was like a temporary, like 10-minute one or whatever. That happened back when we were talking with Kaede and Fubuki. And one thing that I was curious about, that I wish I could go back and check, is that divergence mirror, the numbers that appear whenever we do a world line shift. I wanted to know, I wish I could go back and look. Were the numbers of the divergence that we were at before that shift the same as the numbers that appeared after we went back? If they were different, then that would mean that something's changed. What is going on? Something very big changed, evidently. Like, this is a lot more different than before. I took another good look at the girl sitting across from me. She looks just like her. Not like Lukako. The girl in front of me looked just like Karisumaki-say. What are you doing here? Her brown hair, her slightly slanted eyes, her unconcerned expression. Right now, there was no sign of her strong-willed nature, but other than that, they were identical. When I'd first seen her, my heart felt like it was going to stop. Hang on, Lukako, why do you know this? Wait, it just now occurs to me, Lukako, why do you have her here? On closer inspection, some parts were different. She's not the same. She's not quite the same, but there's definitely a lot of similarities. Like the size of... Stop it. Was she about our age? She looked older than Lukako. I knew Lukako had a sister. Could this be her? No shot. She had a quiet air about her that seemed similar to Lukako. But I thought I remembered hearing that Lukako's sister was actually quite cheerful.
Okabe-san?
Okabe?
Well,
nothing. So, Lukako. Lukako? Oh, excuse me. That's just what I call him, since, you know, he looks like a girl. I just realized it was a pretty rude nickname. It was a habit now, and there was no changing it. I see. Your expression softened just a little. She really did look just like her. I took a shallow breath and forced myself to relax. This is weird. What's going on? So, Lukako, who is this? Well, remember how I told you my dad had a visitor staying? Why is it the girl that we're looking for? Yeah, you told me. Is this her? Yes. Yes. That was a surprise. I thought a friend of your father's would be older. Oh no, precisely. More precisely, someone my dad knows brought her. Oh. So this wasn't the person who was talking about Harumi. That made me feel a little better. So I wanted to talk to you about her. Before that, can you tell me your name? It's hard to just keep saying her. I don't know anymore. Her face clouded. Did I say something wrong?
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Well, how can we find out who this girl is?
Does she have amnesia? It took a moment before I understood what he said.
待ってくれルカ子
Wait a second, Lukaku, what do you mean?
それは
She's got amnesia, she says.
記憶
Amnesia?
喪失
There are two possibilities that come to mind. One is, of course, Dr. Leskinen's influence, but at the same time, there's so much change here that I'm not even sure at this point. Right. But at the same time, I can't deny the possibility of Leskinen's involvement with having the amnesia. Though, there's another possibility that comes to mind, which it was something that happened in the first game. It would be very different circumstances, I think, but it's the only thing I can think of, which is back in the Alpha World line, there was one of the things that happened was Suzuha going back in a worn down time machine, and it made her lose her memories until like a year before her death. I don't know if something similar like that can happen, or if it did happen. That's right.
それじゃあ
Then she doesn't even remember her name. That's right.
どこの誰かも
Or who she is. That's right.
どうして
Why? I don't know. Of course not. If she knew, she wouldn't have amnesia. Suzuha, we need you here now!
でも
But why come to me? I thought you might know of a good way to bring back someone's memories. You talk about memories in the brain and all that complicated stuff all the time. Anything you can do to help me bring back my memories would be wonderful.
Okay, sure, I talked about that stuff a lot, but I'm just an interested amateur. I don't know anything special.
興味があるだけで
I knew how the brain worked and how it was laid out. And I knew what amnesia was. But bringing back someone's memories was a different matter. Even the latest medical technology would be useless. Unless, of course, you had your memory stored on a system like Amadeus.
I see.
The girl was visibly disappointed.
Then, is there some way you can find out who she is? Kana seems to be suffering so much.
Kana?
カナさん
Kana?
Luca's father gave me that name. He said I need a name. He says it means temporary.
It doesn't sound like a lot of thought went into that. Was that okay? Your name is just... Your name is, to be replaced.
He said since I wasn't going to be using it forever, it would be better this way.
I couldn't tell if that was deep or not. Let's ignore that.
Okabe, is there anything you can do? If we could at least find out her name.
なんとか力
I'd love to help, but wouldn't it be much faster to go to a private
や
investigator?
っぱり
A private investigator, like a detective agency?
ああ
Yeah, but even that's gonna be rough with nothing to go on at all.
財布とか
You didn't have a wallet or bag or anything.
持ってな
No, nothing.
何も
Nothing. Not necessarily something big. I'd imagine there'd at least be one thing, right?
There's one thing, but I don't know if it'll help.
She slowly took out a handkerchief, and as if it was something that was very important to her. Whatever was inside must have been the one thing she was carrying. It's gonna be the freaking Oopa!
見せてもらっても
May I see?
Yes. Huh? Do you have visitors?
No, wait! This is maybe not the best timing. What's gonna happen? There's a lot going on at a lot of speed right now. Almost at the exact same time Kana opened the handkerchief, I heard Mayuri's soft voice from the front hall. Evidently, she was back from shopping. This is not the best timing, guys! Don't show that Oopop! Why are you here? I mean, you should be here, but at the same time, you shouldn't! What's about to happen? We're moving a little fast here, game! Hang on! We're moving really quickly here. Howdy? Suzuha? Mayuri? Hey, Suzuha! I found Kagari! Suo's behind her too. That was a rare combination. Have they run into each other on the way?
Oh, Mayuri. It's Luca. Brother Luca. Who is this?
Suzuha! It's...
She's a guest who's staying with my family.
Kind of bowed her head a little.
Wow.
For some reason, Mayuri gave a happy little sigh as she looked at the handkerchief in Kana's hand. It's gonna be the freaking Oopa! Don't show it!
That's an Oopa.
No!
That's an Oopa, right?
No! The being of... the evil little entity. The devious destroyer. The creature of cacophonous chaos. Inside the white handkerchief was a faded demon keychain.
You like Oopa? Mayuchi loves him too.
Not good. Suzuha! Help!
もしかして
Is this your clue?
手がかりというのは
That's a
それ
big
か
freaking clue! It was an old Oopa keychain. Is that really a clue?
How old is this? It looks pretty old.
I really did come to think of it. Oopa was a character from the Reinet Kakeru anime. Oopa products had only been around for a few years now. But the one I was looking at was very old. No.
This is probably green to start with. It's the Forest Fairy version.
森の妖精
Forest Fairy.
Yep, it was in the movie that just came out. Mayuchi's got one too, see? But the design's a little different.
Is this a good idea? Hang on. Hang on. I couldn't see any difference at all.
This keychain's really hard to find, so I was looking everywhere for it. And then Luca found it and bought it for me a while ago, remember? Yeah, I just happened to see it on sale.
しかし
That's strange, though. If it's from a new movie, it can't be have been in sale that long, and yet so old.
こんなに古くは
Only then did I realize how pale Kana's face was. No.
Are you okay, Kana?
具合が悪いの
Are you not feeling well?
I'm fine.
She is not fine. What is that? Kana tried to stand up and almost fell forward. Lukaku quickly grabbed her.
そうだ
I know. I'll get you something
何か冷たい
cold.
ものを
I went to get a bottle of water out of the fridge when I noticed that Suzu was staring at Kana in shock. Hey, Suzu, we found her! Yippee!
鈴葉
Suzu?
This is impossible.
Huh? Strangely, Kana wasn't the only one who was shaking a little. Suzuha was too. It's because they saw each other that they've now become terrified. Why are you here? I thought you were part of CERN or the Rounders or whatever you were. Okay, something really big changed here with this path and the other path because nothing here makes sense with Kagari here. Kagari was supposed to be with Dr. Leskinen. So what's going on here? What's going on here? No. That Oopa.
どうしたんだ
What's wrong, Suzuha? I know that Oopa. It's... Huh? Huh?
おい
Hey, Suzuha.
鈴葉
What is that turn expression? I don't like it. Scaring me. Kind of staggered a few steps towards Suzuha and then a few steps more. I'm scared. It couldn't be. No, there was just no way. But... Are you... Kagari? What? Are you Kagari? Are you Kagari? Suzuha! She's right! What's... Now's not the time! Kana's eyes went wide. Suzuha! Mayuri's right there! And she's passed out! And she slowly collapsed to the floor. The orbital eclipse. What the hell? What do you even want me to say? Well, hi, Kagari. I don't know what you're doing here. Sorry I forgot all about yesterday, Lukaku. Hey, Kagari. What the hell are you doing here? Something big has to have changed. Something's not right here. Why are you here? Why are you like... Why do you not look like somebody else like you did in the other path? Or wait, I don't even know. Everything's getting so mixed up in my head at this point. There's too much. I don't even know if I'm remembering half the things right. Well, calm down a bit. Yes. Thank you. Kana had passed out after hearing the name Kagari Shina from Suzuha, but with help from Lukaku and the girls, she woke up 10 minutes later. But she still didn't look very good. Lukaku and Mayuri. Sorry, can you go buy something cold to drink? Huh? And some of those cooling sheets that you put on your forehead would be nice too. I felt bad for Lukaku, but I didn't want either of them hearing what we were about to discuss. Okay, let's go, Luka. Oh, yeah. Lukaku seemed interested in hearing about what was going on, but still, he went along with Mayuri. What happened next was what the problem. Yeah? Where the hell do we go from here? This is... a thing. To say the least. Kana. Kagari, where have you been? And what have you been doing? What? Suzuha opened her mouth the second Mayuri and Lukaku left. Her words were as sharp as a knife blade, and Kana looked terrified. What the hell were you thinking when you... Wait, Suzuha, she's lost her memories. What'd you say? I explained what had brought Kana here. Oh, Jesus. I'm about to reveal an important secret to you, Nya, but I refuse. Oh yeah, blush. I refuse. Come on, just let me say, Nya. It's probably just more made-up nonsense, right? It's really hard to keeping up with all the stuff you say. Ugh. You changed, oh Cream. Will you never go back to the old you? Will you never go back to being Kyoma, Nya? Sorry. Failure. So... I explained what had brought Kana here. Whoa! Amnesia. And she doesn't even know where she's been? This is weird. What's going on here? Yeah, but there's something we need to find out first. Whether or not she really was Kagari Shina. Kana. Yes? Do you remember what we were just talking about? Yes. What do you want to do? Should we wait for you to recover a little more before we continue? No, I'm fine. She was clutching her upa so hard that her fingertips had gone white. There was a light in her eyes as she looked at Suzuha. Okay, let's get back to it, Suzuha. What makes you say that this is Kagari? That upa. Kagari never let go of it. She said it was a present from her mom that would keep her safe. Kana slowly opened her hand. The tiny old Upa was staring up at us with a silly look on its face. A present from her mom. A present from Mayuri. Kana said that that Upa was the one thing she had with her. That's right. I woke up without my memories, and the only thing I had was this keychain. Woke up? Yes. Woke up where? A mountain path in Chiba, near the prefecture's border. What's going on? There's just so much different going on that it doesn't make sense. Why? The priest of a nearby temple happened to be passing by and he found me lying on the ground. I stayed there for a while. But they said the temple was a place of spiritual training, and they couldn't let a girl stay there for very long. So they sent you to Lukaku's place? Yes, the priest thought that Luka was a girl. So they thought that it would be good to send me to a home with a girl my age. I never thought of that. If only I'd known you were so close. The guest that Lukaku had mentioned a few days ago was probably that priest. Yeah. But this is completely different from what, I can't even remember his name at this point. Lanston? My brain has been hit with so much information all of a sudden, all at once, that I can't even remember how to freaking say Lenston's name? Lestinen? Was it Lestinen? Does one of these tips give me... Wait, I think it's in the option menu, right? Because you can change individual voices. I can't change Lestinen's, apparently. Is there a tip in here? Maybe we try from the bottom up. At channel, year 2000. Wizard, wireless line, W. I think it was Lestinen? Again. I assume his name's Lestinen. There's just been so much happening that I completely forgot how to say his name. I think it's Lestinen. If it's not, I apologize, but I don't remember. How am I supposed to when there's like 30 different things moving a bit too quickly? Which means that Kagari Shina have been there this whole time. We've been searching blindly for her without any idea. And she'd been there the whole time. So, does she have any contact with Lestinen? Leskinen? Wait, is it Leskinen? It's Leskinen, right? Or is it Lestinen? Leskinen... My brain hurts. My brain is actually in pain. What? I think it was Leskinen? She'd been there the whole time. If only I'd taken Lukaku's call, we wouldn't had to go through all this. So, Kana, did you remember anything when you heard the name Kagari? To be honest, I don't know. It feels like I've heard it before. And... Kana's words cut off as she looked at Suzuha. That girl from before. You mean Big Sis Mayu? Big Sis Mayu. That's Mayuri Shina. Somehow, when I saw her, I felt very warm. Even if she was Kagari Shina, she would only have known Mayuri after she'd grown up. But her appearance can't have changed that much. Which meant that it would make sense that seeing her would stir some feelings within Kagari. Hey, can I see that again? Oh, sure. She really is acting completely different, yes. Because the other Kagari, the one in the other path, was a lot more brutal, and she changed how she looked. Assuming that had to have been Kagari. Yeah, because of how she'd be acting. But Kagari changed how she looked. She changed everything about her. But for some reason, for some unknown reason, in this path, it's different. She's like completely different. I think it had to have been that first time shift that happened at the beginning of the stream here today. I think that did something. The one that was like a 10-minute time world line shift. I think that whatever happened there, it changed something big time, because none of this is making sense. None of this adds up with the other world line at this point. So much of this stuff doesn't match at this point. The way that Kagari's acting, like friggin', it's just, again, that whatever that world shift was at the beginning, what did it do? Why did it happen, and what did it do? Because whatever it did, it's changed a hell of a lot of things, seemingly. And nothing makes sense anymore. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm Okabe right now, where it's just like, what do you call it? Disconnected from causality? None of this makes sense anymore in my mind. I'm trying to piece together all the timelines, but I don't know what's real anymore. Kagari handed the old Upa over to Kana. Wait, did that say... Kagari handed over the old Upa over to Kana. That's a typo. Yeah, this is definitely Kagari's. Then does that mean I'm just Kagari Shina girl? I think so. We can't be sure yet, but that would make sense. No, I'm sure of it. This is Kagari. This keychain is proof of it. Big Sis Mayu gave this to Kagari. But how could you have amnesia of all things? Again, either Leskinen's involved, or maybe something happened with traveling that just wiped her memories. The keychain probably did belong to Kagari. But she could also have been gifted it by Kagari Shina, or she could have picked it up off the ground. Of course, Suzuha said that the keychain was very important to Kagari. It was unlikely that she dropped it or gave it to someone. Which meant... Then the door opened and Mayuri poked her head through to see what was going on. What happened? What's going on? I'm scared. There's too much going on. My brain. Is everything okay? Oh, sorry. Thanks for getting that. Not at all. What's wrong? Why are you too depressed? Why is everything wrong? Nothing makes sense anymore. My brain hurted. You really don't want to know? I'm confused. No need to think about it, yeah? If you don't want to find out, then when will we find out? I don't know. Be true to your desires, yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I refuse. Ocarine, you're toying with a poor little Ferris, aren't you? Nyai boy. Kurisu, help me! The drinks and cooling sheets were taken out of the plastic bags and put on the desk. So, Lukaku waited a moment and for her to take a sip of the drinks she'd brought, and then spoke with a quavering voice. So is Kana this Kagari girl that Money was looking for? Yeah, that's probably the case. I'm so glad. Now you at least know your name. Luka. Kana, that is Kagari, smiled gently when she saw how relieved Lukaku was. Oh, but then do you know where your real family is? Do not mention this, do not mention this. I'm still scared about the voice of God that she has in her head.
No, that's...
Suzuha was Kagari's neighbor when they were kids, but she moved 12 years ago, and she hasn't been able to find her since. Isn't that right?
That's right. And all of a sudden, I really started missing her, so I came to Uncle Ocarine for help.
So that's the situation, which means that Suzuha doesn't know anything about Kagari's family or where she lived.
I see.
That was the only answer I could come up with. If we told Kagari that she was a time traveler from the year 2036 who'd come here 12 years ago, it would only confuse her. Now, if we could get her memories back, we could know exactly what happened. She learned her name and met both Suzuha and Mayuri. Mayuri's presence alone had to be a big deal.
Kagari? Yes? What's your last name? I didn't hear before, so I'd like to hear...
No, bad. Not good, very bad.
Well, they say it's Sheena.
No, Kagari, stop!
You got the same last name as Mayushi. Mayushi's last name is Sheena. Mayuri Sheena. Mayuri Sheena. Yeah, that makes me happy. I never met anybody with the same name as me. I see. Yep, so I'm really glad to meet you.
I'm surprised.
Kaden has experienced a major malfunction.
Yeah. And nice to meet you, too.
Mary was using her natural cheerfulness to try and open up to Kagari. If it worked, maybe she could bring back her memories.
I'm still scared. Ugh. Brain, don't fail me now!
Luca told me you got amnesia. Is that true? Yes. That means you don't know who you are, doesn't it? Yes. I see. That has to be really tough, huh?
Hang on, I want to see something. Mounpath, priest...
I usually think that's really sad. So, I don't really know how to say this, but Mayushi will help too, so let's do our best, okay?
Mayuri smiled. I could see Kagari's eyes well up with tears.
It's okay! I'm crying too because I'm confused!
What's wrong? Did Mayushi say something weird? No, that's not just it. Hearing you say that made me so happy for some reason. It's not just Mayushi. Ocarine, Suzu, and Luca all feel the same way. Yes, of course. I'll do anything I can. Thank you, Luca. Mayuri.
I could leave Kagari to Mayuri and Lukaku, and she'd be just fine. The question was what to do now.
Yeah, what... I mean, mission accomplished on finding Kagari, I guess, but what now? I didn't think it'd be this easy.
Lukaku, can you do me a favor?
What is it?
Can Kagari stay at your place for a while longer?
Huh?
In the meantime, we'll try to figure out what she's been doing until now.
Oh, of course. I don't mind.
Is that okay with you too, Suzuha?
That's fine.
Suzuha probably wasn't completely happy with that, but she nodded anyway. Our first priority now was getting back Kagari's memories. I guess. I don't...
Oh boy!
And I can see you can go to Luca's place, right? Can Mayushi come over to play? Of course. Right, Kagari? Right.
Suzuha, you should try to drop by as often as possible, too. That's probably the best way to get her memories back.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Oh, right. If we're not having a Christmas party, I'd like to have a New Year's party.
Okie dokie.
Can you help too, Kagari? It would make me really happy. Can I? Of course, right, Luca? Yeah, let's all have a party together.
Anytime you got 3 girls together, they start chattering like birds. But he's a guy? The girls, although one of them was a guy, began to chatter away. I had my own work to do, like trying to settle my brain down. First, I had to let Moeka know he'd found her. Oh, right. I forgot. Moeka. Bro, so much happened that every single thought of mine kind of just scattered. Moeka, job's done. What? Oh, we found Kagari Shina. Knowing Moeka, she responded almost immediately. The way just occurred to me that was a terrible idea. I didn't even think about that, but that was awful idea. Because... Oops. I didn't even think twice about that, but right. The other group looking for Kagari. It's freaking Moeka. No way, where? A friend who works at the shrine was taking care of her. She was found on a mountain path near the Chiba border, but she's lost her memories from before then. She was that close? Wow. We've been looking for whoever is after her, but I can't find any info. It may be a pretty big group. It'd be a big help if you could keep it up. Okay. That's all I needed to do for Moeka. I think I've just made a grave mistake. Head hurt. But I was still interested in the group who'd been looking for Kagari. We're about to get attacked, aren't we? And I also wanted to know what she was doing lying on a mountain path. What was she doing out there? And with only an Upa? Could she have been running from someone? Lukako, can I have a second?
Yes, what is it?
I'd like you to try to keep Kagari from leaving the shrine as much as possible.
Huh? Why?
Don't ask the reason, please.
Yes, alright. If you say so, Okabe.
It couldn't hurt to be careful. If it was nothing, then that was fine. Once Kagari got her memories back, I'd know for sure. Nobody knew that when that would be, though. Technically speaking, her having amnesia might actually be a good thing, because by that, assuming that the memory loss was not inflicted by, say, Leskinen, then it might mean that it would get rid of the voice of God in her, which would get rid of Dr. Leskinen's influence. But, I don't know. She hasn't acted weird at all yet, but who's to say that she couldn't just start acting weird later at all? The day after Lukaku took Kagari to the lab, I took Mayuri to Yanabayashi Shrine through an Akihabara that was filled with the Christmas spirit.
Oh, Mayuri. And Okabe too.
Lukaku was smiling. He'd seen us before we could say anything. His smile was far too cute to belong to a man. Once again, I was forced to doubt his real gender. Hello! No! We have a second person doing it, yes!
Kagari, you're amazing.
Oh, of course. Of course she would do it. Her mother does it, so of course she would do it.
Why? Because even when Mayushi says Tutoru, no one ever says Tutoru back at first.
最初
初めて会った
It's hard for someone who's only just met you to understand that it's a greeting.
Yep, so everyone says what's that, but you just said Tutoru.
っていうの
Right back. So I'm impressed.
あかりさんは普通に返してくれたのですだからすごいなーって私
I
は
didn't.
別に
I just kind of
なんとなく
thought I should, maybe?
そうかなって
Maybe Mayuri's strange greeting had embedded itself in some part of Kagari's mind. Hey, Marius, you want to see the copy of you? Listen, that... You know, it's kind of weird. With everything that's happened, it kind of also slipped my mind like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot. You look the same as freaking Kurisu. Why? I don't know how that managed to become the least strange thing that's happened recently, but it somehow has. Which meant that even 25 years from now, Mayuri was still saying Tutoru? Oh, knowing Mayuri, what's the date in the game? 12/24. I'm gonna save on a second slide. Hello? About Kagari, is there some bar you? Did you find a way to get her memories back? You worried about her? That's right, of course. I'll then tell her, but I can't do anything to help. Just be with her, that's enough. You're the only person around from before she lost her memories. If she talks to you, they might come back. I see. You're right. Thanks. Knowing Mayuri, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Oh, Akabe!
さんもトゥトゥルーです
You too.
どうも
Thanks. I still don't know how to deal with her. Oh god, it's a second Mayuri. That looks like Kurisu. She'd been 10 years old when she was separated from Suzuha. If that was 12 years ago, she should be 22 now. That meant she was older than me, but she was also Mayuri's adopted daughter. That would make her like Suzuha, who was Daru's daughter. Suzuha was at least the same age as me and Daru, so I didn't need to worry about being polite to my elders, but...
Oh, right. It's Christmas Eve day. Merry Christmas.
At this rate, what's gonna happen at this rate? Is there gonna be a new another new character who just pops out of nowhere and it's like, oh hey, look, I'm a freaking Okabe-san. It's just like, who the hell are you? I swear to God, game? Actually, I'm scared because that's not out of the realm of possibilities at this rate. Just some random guy pops up like, hey, Dad. It's just like, who the hell? Ah.
そういえばそうだったねメリークリスマス
You're right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
メリークリスマス
Merry Christmas.
Was it okay to celebrate Christmas at a shrine?
ところで
By the way, Kagari, how are you doing?
調子は
悪くは
Not
ない
bad,
です
but I still don't remember
で
anything.
も
いや
No, there's no need to force yourself to remember things. When the time comes, the memories will come back on their own. It's better to think of things
時
that
間
way.
が来れば戻るだろう
わかりました
I understand.
Of course, you probably wanted to remember them faster than that.
どうかしたか
Something wrong?
いえ
No, I was just thinking that Luca, Mayuri, and you, of course, are all really nice.
それに岡
そんな
No, I'm not really
別に
nice.
優しくなんてない
You don't need to
でなく
blush.
てもいいのに
She'd been so depressed when we first met that this was probably the first time I'd seen her smile. Her smile was somewhat childish, and she seemed a lot younger than I'd been told she was.
ごめん
Oh,
なさい
sorry. I shouldn't be so informal with someone I just met.
急にい感じになっちゃって
I know that you're supposed to be nice, but at the same time, anytime I know that you're Kagari, which is every second, I also have to be reminded of the fact that you turned into like a monster in the Mayuri ending. Like a genuine monster. You killed 30 people. And your arm got shut off and you're still shot off, and you know what? Just move on.
いや、
No, it's fine.
Come on.
I'm not very good at being polite either.
タメ口で喋ってるんだし。
That's right. Mayushi would be happy if we just talk normally. That makes it feel like we're friends, alright?
方が嬉しいお友達
Friends. Yeah, friends.
ありがとう
Thanks,
まゆり
Mayuri.
ちゃん
Friends, huh?
お友達か
Maybe this was how the future Mayuri became close to her as well. A war orphan. That's what Suzuha had said about Kagari. And all that was... It was my fault, wasn't it? If I did what Suzuha wanted, would her life change? But for that to happen, I would have to once again...
Okabe, are you okay? You don't look so good.
なんだか
It's nothing. I'm just not getting enough
ちょっ
sleep.
と寝不足なだけ。
そう
I see. I hope so.
それより
Anyway, what were you doing just now, Lukaku? You look busy.
忙しそうにしていた。
本殿の
Clean
掃除を
shrine.
していたんです
掃除なら
Don't you clean it all the time? I feel like every time I came here, Lukaku had a broom in his hands.
今日は
Today's a big
普段
cleaning
でき
day.
ないようなとこ
When
ろ
we
も含めて
we clean the parts
大掃除なんです
that we don't normally get to.
ああ、そう
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's almost New
正
Year's.
月だしな。
New Year's was a big deal for the shrine.
すす払いは
I
先
did
日
the
やったん
dusting a
です
few days ago, but there's still
まだ
stuff to
や
do,
り
so I'm
残し
having
ているとこ
Kagari
ろ
help.
もあるのでかがりさんにも手伝ってもらっただ
It doesn't feel right to just stay here and do nothing. I have to help a little at least.
少しくらいは役に立た
Lukaku
ない
and
と
Kagari seem to be getting along just fine.
おやルカ
Oh, Luka!
お客
Yes!
さんかな
お
Hello,
父さん
father.
Lukaku's father was poking his head out from behind the shrine. He had the look of a saint, but I know he had some bad habits. Mostly of the same type as Daru had. Bruh. Dressing up Lukaku in shrine priest's clothes and having him help around the shrine was all his idea. Hi there. Oh, Okabe! Mayuri! Merry Christmas!
メリ
メリークリスマス
Merry Christmas.
Wait, aren't you not allowed to say that? What?
おや
Huh?
どうかしたかい
What's wrong, Okabe?
いえ、
No, nothing. Well, if it didn't bother them, I guess it was fine. More importantly, I need to thank them for what they were doing for Kagari.
あの、
Actually, about
彼女の
Kana.
ことな
かがりさん
Her name's Kagari, I heard. Luka told me. I have no idea. You guys knew her. Small world, huh?
君たち
はい。
That's right. So it would help a lot if she could stay here for a while.
何か理
You
由
seem to
があ
have
る
your reasons, I hear. Of course, she's welcome to stay as long as she
私と
likes.
しては
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
ありがとうございます
Thank you, sir.
おじさん
It's fine. It's like having a new daughter.
私も新しく娘ができたみたいで
できた
A
み
new
たい
daughter. Father, you already have my sister.
お姉ちゃんが
あの子は
She never comes home, though. She knows I miss her, and she's just being
私が
mean.
寂しがっているそうだ
Alright, I just had an idea. Since we got all these girls here, why don't you all help at the shrine on New Year's? But I'm a guy.
正月には神社を手伝ってもらうといい
手伝う
Help. As shrine priestesses?
もちろん
Of course, Kagari and Mayuri too. We'll have you wear the outfits. How
ち
about
ゃ
it?
んと
I'll
婿
pay.
相続を着てもらってね
Hey,
でも
But
そ
that's
んな
not
の
fair
二
to
人に
them.
悪いですし
hey, you say?
あら
I don't
私なら
mind.
大
You
丈
guys
夫
are really
よ
helping me,
よかった
so it's the least I can do.
お世話になってる
本当かい
Really?
Mayushi has to get ready for the party on New Year's.
それに
And I like making cosplay outfits, but I don't know about wearing them.
Mayuri, a shrine priestess outfit actually isn't cosplay, you know.
そう
What?
か
I
まゆり
see.
ちゃんの見
Don't you want to see Mayuri dressed up as a shrine priestess, Okabe? Why are you asking me? Stop it!
は
Why is he asking me?
そうなの
Is that true, Green?
Stop it.
いや、
No, I... You can't fool me. It's written on your face.
ちゃんと顔に書いてある
No way. If I were to look at a mirror right now, I most definitely would not see it written on my face.
I see. Well, if Oakreen says so.
I didn't say anything!
そうか
Great, glad to hear it. That means I have to get the outfits ready.
そう
Hey,
とな
honey.
れば巫女装束をもっと用意しなけれ
He
ば
must
い
have
け
been
ない
afraid that
な
Mayuri and Kagari were going to change their minds because he quickly ran behind the shrine. You seriously couldn't let your guard down around that man. Bro's crafty.
Sorry.
ごめん
No, there's no reason for you to apologize.
ことなでも
But I know you're looking forward to that New Year's party.
おしょそれは
I can still do it after I'm done helping here, so don't worry.
でもできるからうん
Yeah,
そうだね
that's right. I'll help too.
僕も手伝うから
Ask for anything.
何でも言ってねありがと
Thank you.
うでもミコさんの格好
I don't know if I'll look good in a shrine priestess outfit.
大丈
Don't worry, I'm sure you will.
夫そうかな
Really? Yeah, Mayushiki makes all kinds of cosplay outfits for her friends, so I can tell.
コスプレの意識そう言ってもらえるなら
If you say so, I guess I'll try it. Yeah.
Since I'd asked him to keep Kagari from leaving the shrine, she probably needed something like this to relax. Maybe that was why Lukaku's fired at Esther? Nah, no way. Either way, it was gonna be a busy New Year's.
それじゃあ俺はこれ
Okay,
で
I'll be going.
Huh? You're leaving already? I haven't even brought you tea.
かがりさんの様子を
I just came to
見に
see
来ただ
Kagari
け
is
だ
all.
Oh, Green, Mayushi is...
分かってる
I know. You want to talk about New Year's a little more, right? I'll be back at the lab.
Thanks,
あり
Okabe.
がとう岡部さん
She bowed her head a little and smiled instantly. She still had her memories as a war orphan. Maybe she would smile. Would she be able to smile like that? Come to think of it, what would she, Hyajo, be doing on New Year's? Shall we find out? Nope. She had said that New Year's was a time for partying with your friends, but it didn't seem like she had any friends to party with.
もうだから何
How
度
many
言った
times do I
ら
have
わ
to
か
tell
る
you
のよ
geez? Is it, Maho?
How many times do I have to tell you? Jeez.
Oh, it is Maho. Hey, I heard a voice I thought I recognized. It was Hyajo herself. Well, I think we're figuring out how she's spending her day today. And she was yelling at a police officer. Which meant...
証明するも
Telling
の
you
って
prove it? Just hold
ちょっと待
on.
って今
ヒアジョーさん
Hyajo.
Oh, Kabe! Good something. Good timing.
ちょっと
Can you help me
お
with
願いが
something?
あるんだけど
おまわりさん
Officer, this is an adult
彼
woman,
女
I
は
swear.
れっきとした大人
君は
Who are you? Friend of hers?
はい
Yes, I'm a classmate
大
at her
学の
college.
先輩に当たります
I didn't feel like explaining the whole thing. She wouldn't mind if I told a little lie like that, probably.
大学
College.
東京電気大学
Tokyo
です
Denki University. You can check it out yourself if you want, but...
ああいや
Oh
それ
no,
まで
there's no
は
need to go that far.
でも
I see, so she isn't in elementary school.
小学
Policeman
生
laughed,
じゃ
shaking his head.
What's that all about? You can at least
謝りくらいした
apologize.
らどうなのよ
Maybe I'll
耐え
sue.
てやろうかしら
まあまあ
It just means he's
それ
dedicated to
だ
his
け
job,
仕
right?
事熱心ってこと
あなたも
You're just as bad, Okabe.
俺
Me?
一見しただ
One
け
look and you
で
were sure that he had
私
mistaken
が
me
子
for
供
a
に
kid and
間
was
違
trying
われ
to
そう
take
に
me
なってる
back
っ
to
て分
station,
かった
right?
でしょ
Uh...
一目でわかる
If
な
so, that means you're thinking the same
あ
thing
なた
he
も
was.
そう思ってる
それは
That's not... Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
まあでも
I am grateful for your help.
助けてくれ
Thank you.
たことにはい
や
It's nothing. You should have just said so to begin with, then. Come to think of it, Kurisu was the same way. Were all genius scientists like this?
それで
So, what are you doing here,
こんな
Hyajo?
ところで何を
これよ
Here, take a look.
She showed me a big bag. Well, no, it looked big because Maho was holding it. It actually wasn't very big at all.
例のノートパ
It's
ソコ
that
ン
laptop I was telling you
ここ
about.
なら
I
パ
thought
ス
there
を
might be
解析
somebody in
できる
Akihabara
業
who
者
could
がいる
decrypt
か
it,
なっ
but
て思ったんだけど
Evidently, she was holding Kurisu's laptop. Oop, hang on.
まだそれにこだわって
They're
いた
still working on that.
そりゃあプライベー
Well,
トを
I don't want to
覗くの
invade
は
her
良くない
privacy,
けど
but I want to know what she was thinking and what she was trying to do.
私あなたはいいわよ
You're lucky. You got to
あな
talk
た
to
は
her
亡
before
く
she
なる前
died.
に会って話したりしてるんだもの
Not in this world, Line, I didn't.
でも
That still doesn't seem real to
私
me.
にはまだ
I
時
just
間
got
が
a
ない
message
の
out of nowhere that she was dead.
急に
I
亡
didn't
くな
get
った
to go to
って
the
連絡を
funeral.
受けただけだから
I want to know a little more about
少しでもク
Kurisu.
リスのことを知りたい今更って思
I
う
know
か
it
も
may
し
be a
れな
little
いけ
too
ど
late now, but I guess it's
そ
my
れ
own
が
way of
私
coping
の
with her
中で
death.
の
ヒアジョーさん
Hyajo.
だから岡部さ
So
ん
please, Okabe,
教えて。
is there anything you can think of? Anything at all?
何でもいいの。
That could be a
あの
password.
子がパスワードとして設
I
定
knew how
しそう
she
な言
felt.
葉
Oi, oi, oi.
I knew she wanted a way to cope. Because I still hadn't come to grips with it myself. Still, Sorry, but I don't.
Okabe!
I'm sorry.
Is that how you're running away?
Running away?
That was why you stopped talking to Amadeus, right? Too, right? Because you're running.
She was right. I had run away. I had run away from a chain of tragedy that had repeated itself hundreds, no, thousands of times. And the result of that running away was who I was today.
Karisu was really mad. She said you were a very cold person.
I could imagine. Knowing her, she'd probably said all kinds of things about me. But... That's right. I am a cold person. I'd abandoned her.
Okabe,
My attitude must have affected her because Mal had fallen silent. I realized too late that I'd made a mistake. I didn't need to put it like that. I'm sorry.
No.
This is really awkward. I need something to change the subject. Oh, right. Do you have any plans for New Year's?
No, not right now.
Then why don't we all go visit Yanabayashi Shrine? Mayuri and the others are going to be helping there.
Mayuri?
Oh, right. Mayuri wasn't there when she visited the lab. An old friend of mine. She's also a lab member.
An old friend.
Yeah, and we're having a party at the lab right after that. If you want, you can wear a Shrine Priestess outfit and help out too.
A Shrine Priestess outfit. Is that cosplay?
No, it's a real job, so it's not cosplay.
I see. But I'll pass. They probably won't have anything my size.
She's probably right, actually. Damn. They might have had some of Lukaku's old clothes from his childhood around, but it seemed like a bad idea to mention that. Damn.
Come on, you can at least try and tell me that I'm wrong.
Sorry.
So, are we meeting at the lab? What time should I be there?
Why are we meeting at the lab? Huh? But...
I'll pass on helping out, but I do want to visit a shrine on New Year's. As for the party afterward, well, I'll think about it.
that made sense. If she met Mayuri and they didn't get along, there was probably no need to go to a party with her. Alright, I'll let you know the details then.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Why'd all my HUD elements disappear? Why do you mean... The time between then and New Year's flew by. Why are we skipping a lot of time again? Why are we skipping a lot of time again? Because last time we did that, a lot of scary things happened afterwards. Parties and drinking at school. When that was over, Kamima. Of course, all I did for that was watch Dara and Mayuri run around. What time it is? And then it was January 1st, 2011. So we're actually coming, according to the guide I got, we're actually coming up close to the next part where decisions can be made, apparently. So, gotta keep an eye on that. But we still got an extra day before that choice becomes available. We have not time traveled though. We have not shifted world lines yet. So I guess we're not going to see World War III early. Well, actually, we could probably still see World War III early. I'd take that back. We could very easily still see it early. So, yeah. Is this everybody? Take it down, Manashi!
Here.
Well done!
I told you to stop calling me that.
Kaidishi!
Present.
Sabukishi!
Yep.
And also... Giant man. Giant man and tiny daughter.
I'm here too.
Lady Nae! You say lady again, I'm gonna kill you. Bro grumbled like a bear. Hey, Ocarine, why is Bronchi here? I don't know. No clue. Mayuri invited Nae and he came too, I guess. Hey, what are you whispering about? Nothing!
Daddy, can't wait to see Big Sis Mayuri wearing a Shrine Priestess outfit.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I wish I could go with you. You can't come, Mr. Tanuji. Of course not. Why the hell would I go to visit a shrine with you guys? Something important came up, so I've got to head out. I'm leaving Nae with you. Take good care of her, or your rent's going up.
Okay, yes, sir. When we heard that, Dara and I both let a sigh of relief, even though he was still right there.
Your rent's still going up then.
I, in particular, was trying to avoid Tanuji as much as I possibly could. Bro was around her. His ostensible job was running into his strange Brontu workshop, but he was actually the leader of the Rounders. He worked for CERN. My heart wasn't strong enough to deal with him, knowing that. The only reason I didn't leave the building altogether was that Mayuri and Dara had opposed it. There was also the hope that if something did happen, I'd be able to learn something about the Rounders' movements. Still, I hadn't come back to the lab for a long time.
You shouldn't say that, Daddy.
Oh, you're right. You're such a good girl, Nae.
Uncle Green, thanks for taking care of me.
Why am I Uncle Ocarine now? What is happening? Why are you calling me that? What the hell? Also, I feel like I'm about to get punched by friggin' Jack Hummer short t-shirt guy here. Or, punching me with his Jack Hammer freaking arm. Yeah. Now, I didn't seem as scared of me, probably because I'd stopped treating her like a small, all cute animal.
Okay, I'll be back to pick her up tonight. See you.
Alright. Is there something else?
Nah, it just feels like you've really changed. You always used to keep going on about human, where the hell that was, but not anymore. Just feels weird.
I'm an adult now.
An adult, huh? Well, whatever. Take care of Nae for me.
Well, that just happened. Everyone in the room except Nae let out a big sigh of relief the minute Tanuji left. I know that I should hate him, but at the same time I can't help but just feel bad for the mans. Anyway, this is everybody. Fubuki, Kaede, Yuki, Maho, and Nae. It was a strange group. Yeah, definitely very weird. 2 guys, 2 girls, and 1 child who was a girl. Of course, we were all going to Yanabayashi Shrine. From there, our group would become 3 guys. I don't know if Ferris is going to be there, but if Mayuri's there and Kagari... So 4 girls if Ferris is not there, 5 if Ferris is there, and then 1 child girl. Right? Unless I'm forgetting somebody. I'm probably forgetting somebody. Whatever! I forgot you were... Wait, I forgot you exist. Wait. Are you sure it's okay for me to be here? I can't math. Bro, I'm dumb as hell. Don't worry about it. Anyway, this ended up being kind of a strange group. Is that okay?
I'd be lying if I said I was fitting in, but I always did want to go to a shrine on New Year's. And I'm happy to meet more people my own age.
Glad to hear it. I still think something's gonna happen. Ma was probably feeling a little left out, but that would solve itself with time. Is something gonna happen? Are we gonna get our time travel going on here?
I can't wait to see Mayushi's cosplay outfit. Oh, Fubuki, it's not a cosplay outfit. It's her official uniform for today. It'll be fun to see Suo wearing one too. Want it, Hashida?
Wait, Suo agreed to this. How?
Yeah, nothing wrong with little sister shrine priestess. If you could throw in a nurse somewhere, you have an anime full house.
Daru.
I'm going to yeet you out the window.
You're always such a pervert, Hashida.
A perverted gentleman, though.
Bruh. In the end, instead of just Mayuri helping at the shrine, Suzuha and Ferris had gone too. Okay, so they're there as well. Ferris I could understand, but I certainly hadn't expected Suzuha to go. You know what, actually, it kind of does make sense because she probably wants more time with Kagari to figure it out, her memory stuff. She's probably worried about Kagari, but there was also another reason, she said. She heard that she'd get paid. Are you really that strapped for cash? Suha had enough money with her to get by in this time period, but since it wasn't her own money, she preferred not to spend it on living expenses. She'd rather make her own money instead. Are you... Okay. That was something that had always impressed me. Okay.
Oh, right. I forgot something important.
So important.
Happy New Year's. Oh, right. Kamiya just ended yesterday, so it doesn't feel like New Year's yet, does it? Alright, let's all say it together.
Oh god, everyone's talking at once.
Okay, that does it.
Now we finished our greetings, let's get going.
Okay.
We're off to Shrine Priestess Heaven!
Hashida, there's no heaven in Shinto. You're not going to find it at the shrine.
Oh, alright.
We all head to Yanabayashi Shrine, laughing and talking as we went. How badly... This is going to turn out horribly. I get this intense feeling of fear. To be honest, Akihabara on New Year's wasn't that much different than any other time of the year. The stores were open, and there were lots of customers seeking New Year's bargains. The only difference was that there were fewer cars.
Hey, Uncle Daru.
You're even calling Daru Uncle?
Yes, what is it, Lady Nai?
Are you a gentleman?
Don't start this. Daru, your words here will determine if you live or not.
That's right, I'm a pervert, but I'm also a gentleman.
Daru? The hand's starting to wrap around the knife.
Why do you call her Lady Nae?
Because little girls deserve the utmost respect.
Daru?
I see.
It looked like a family walking car. Thanks, game. Were Suzuha, Daru, and Yuki ever able to spend any time together like that?
Oh, Fubuki, what happened to those weird dreams you were having? Oh, those? I haven't had any lately, I don't think. Maybe I was just tired.
Oh! Right, she had a good affinity with reading Steiner, but evidently the encephalitis in this game, the reading Steiner encephalitis cases don't seem to be that bad this time around. You know why, though? It's probably because it was simply because we didn't have the whole month-long thing. The month-long, like, case of, reading Steiner, or the month-long case of World Shift to World War III. It's probably because that hasn't happened, the encephalitis is not, like, being searched at all. Again, a lot has been changed. I'm gonna be honest, I did not really think that this path was gonna be all that much different from the other path, aside for, like, obviously I thought it was gonna be different, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think it was gonna be this different. There is so much changed. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. I just was not prepared for it. Like, goodness gracious. It was a hell of a lot more than I thought I was getting myself into.
I see. I hope so.
Your dreams.
Oh, for a while I was having these really terrible nightmares.
Nightmares.
Oh? You're awfully interested. You have a thing for me or something? Come on, Fubuki. Ocarina's so many lights. Oh, right.
What are you talking about?
They were talking about how there's somebody you already like.
There is? I didn't know this. Who told him that? Mary, maybe? I don't have anyone I like, no.
What? Really? Really?
It's true. I already talked about them a lot, but thinking back, this is probably the first real conversation I had with them. Still, they were easy to talk to. Anyway, I had a request for you two. Could you try to talk to Kyajo a little?
Huh?
She's from an American college and doesn't really know anyone here yet.
America? America, yeah.
No. Instead of answering, Nagase gave a cry of surprise and went over to Maho, who had been walking ahead of the group. Well, sorry, Maho.
Hey, Maho, you go to an American college? Huh? Yeah, that's true. Then you can speak English. Well, I spent my whole life over there. Wow!
That should probably help her open up a little.
You're really nice, Ocarine.
That's not true. Oh, it told me the exact opposite just a few days ago. Cold. So cold.
But sometimes a person can hurt someone because they're kind, can't they?
Huh?
No, nothing.
I'll go talk to Ma. What did you just say? Sometimes a person can hurt someone because they're kind, can't they? I don't like that. Kaede. 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 Kuroshima jogged to catch up with the art girls, leaving behind a faint smell of perfume. Why'd the music stop? Hurt someone. The words stuck in my chest like needles for a little while. No. Yanabayashi wasn't as busy as Kanda Shrine, but it was still a lot busier than I expected.
It's Ocarine! Hey, hey! Ocarine, over here! Happy New Year's, everyone.
Suzuha is not wanting to be there. At this point, it didn't even need to be said that Lukaku looked great in the Shrine Priestess's uniform. Eris, for her part, still had her cat ears on, but her outfit was much simpler than the usual maid uniform. I was sure her fans would love it, though.
Happy New Year's, Nya.
Daru, Yuki, and the others exchanged New Year's greetings as well. Outfit's done! Seeing you wearing that makes me glad to be alive! Meanwhile, Sua's just like, I can feel myself fading.
Thank you, Nya. I'm glad you came, Yuki. Happy New Year's, Sua. Happy New Year's.
Suo always wore casual light clothes, but this was pretty good too. If nothing else, it made it impossible to imagine her as Daru's daughter. If only she'd smile, this would be perfect. No sister shrine priestess for the win! Now just say it's time for your shots, Big Bird, and it'll be perfect.
This is not a nurse outfit! You know the reason that Mom's got the wrong idea is because he keeps saying stuff like that.
Wrong idea? So this Poke, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy the streams.
Fixus Mayu told me that Mom thinks you don't like her very much.
Why? I love all girls equally. You, Omaishi, Thurston, Lukashi, everyone. Daru. Daru, did you forget? Did you forget, Daru? Someone's not a girl here.
Well, you have to knock that stuff off. What are you two talking about? Oh, no, it's nothing. We've got Omiki and Omikuji. Want some?
Omiki? Holy sake that is offered to the gods? Oh. Wait, you're just offering alcohol! What? Zuo's right. If Daru didn't cut back a little, she might never be born. I'd have to talk to him about it later. I notice a lack of Mayuri and Kugari, though, which kind of concerns me, to be honest.
Anyway, you're always so beautiful, Luka. No, I'm not. Really? I still can't believe you're a guy, you know?
Oh, right!
I forgot. Maho doesn't know. Welcome to the welcome to being surprised the same way as everyone, I guess.
What? No way. You're a guy. Oh, yes. You're kidding me. Japan really is sophisticated, isn't it? Miss Kitty? What is it now? Yours makes us smile. Ayuri.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Mayuri and Kagari aren't here, which kind of scares me.
Mayushi, she's over there with the Omiki. Oh, there she is, Nya. Over here! Okri and the others are here, Nya.
Mayuri must have not realized we were here because she came running over with Kagari in tow.
Oh, okay. I was scared. I thought they'd been kidnapped when we weren't looking. This game really has taught me never to be... I don't... Why is that face so funny to me? Why is Mayuri's face so funny to me? I don't know why. It's just... It's just so simple.
Okri! Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's, Okabe.
Ah,
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do I look good in this?
ああ、想像以上によく似合ってる。
I don't know how I've gone so long without taking a drink. My goodness. Dry my throat out and become a scratchy record player at this rate. Huh? Yeah, it looks better than I imagined.
Really? I'm glad.
Her facial expression went from tense to relieved. It was tense before? It doesn't look like it's changed to me. You cosplay for special occasions at May Queen Yan Squared, right? So why you get nervous now?
That's for work, so it's different.
I didn't understand how it could be okay to do it at work and not okay to do it when you weren't at work. And she was getting paid for this, so wasn't this work too? Yeah, it is work.
Hey, Okabe, how about me? Do I look good?
You look good, I guess, yeah. Yeah, you look great. You remind me too much of Kurisu at this rate.
Oh, I'm so glad. Here I go. Take a picture with me later, okay?
What?
写真?
A picture? Sure, I guess.
A picture is a physical record of something, right? I wanted to make as many of those as I can right now, so I don't forget again.
She wasn't just happy because it was New Year's. Over the past few days, she'd gotten a lot more cheerful. At the time, she seemed scared because of her lost memories, but this was probably just because of who she was. As she'd gotten ready for New Year's with Mayuri and Lukako, she'd started to become her real self again, little by little. I'm still worried. Again, it's difficult to determine, like... There is so much that's changed at this point that I don't really understand, like Leskinen. Again, I don't know... By all accounts, she should still, technically speaking, have the brainwashing, right? But at the same time, maybe because of the whole amnesia thing, maybe the brainwashing got undone as a side effect. The whole voice of God in her head was accidentally deleted when she ended up getting amnesia. A good thing, but a strange thing still, as well as the fact, like, who would give her, like, how'd she even get amnesia in the first place? Was she hit? Was she drugged? Was she given more, like, was her brain controlled more to make her forget? Why was she at a mountain, of all places? They're just... But again, I'm still kind of scared of her, especially knowing that at any point, if she ever gets, like, re-brainwashed and, like, is made to be like how she was in the other path, she's going to kill everyone again. She's going to become that demon murderer thing that she was in the Mayuri ending. So, yeah.
Wow, you really do look good, Mayuri.
そうかな
Do I? I'm kind of embarrassed.
そんなこと
Ah, come on, you know you love it.
でもない
Yeah. Oh, so you're,
この
oh, Kagari. Kagari Shina.
本当だ
That's right, you have the same name as Mayushi.
なんですね
Yeah, weird coincidence, huh?
It wasn't actually a coincidence, though.
Yeah, I could figure. So I bet you'd be good at cosplay.
とか似合いそう
Oh, I thought so too.
コス
Cosplay?
コスプレ
Cosplay, you know, right?
好きな
You
キャ
have
ラ
any
とか
characters
い
you
るんで
like?
すか
I don't really know a lot about that.
ちょっとよくわからんふぶきちゃん
Kabuki.
ああ
Oh, I see. Sorry.
う
No, don't worry about it. I'm fine.
ん大丈夫だから
Hey, All Green, come over here. Mayushi will purify you with this. What was it again?
大ぬさ
That's an unusa, Mayuri.
An unusa? A tool used by Shinto religious rites, made by placing a string of paper streamers at the end of a branch from a sakaki tree. It's said that by waving it at a person, the impurities they possess are transmitted from them into the unusa.
That's right, this unusa.
そのためには
First, I need to go pray to the
ま
gods,
ず神
though.
様に
そうだね
You're right. Okay, after that I'll purify you.
私も
あ
Yeah,
よろしく
thanks.
頼むよ
I washed my hands in the water and prayed at the shrine. Come to think of it, this might have been the first time I'd done this here.
何をお願いしたの
What'd you wish for?
あ
Oh, world peace, you know.
世界が平和でありま
It's
すよ
just a shame that I know the future.
また
You're such a liar.
はぐらかすんだから
Bruh. It was true, though. Of course, I knew it wasn't going to come true and that wishing wouldn't make it better.
そういえば
They're late, come to think of it.
教授たち
The two professors. I told them I was visiting the shrine and they really wanted to come. I told them where...
Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
へ
Eh? Did they
え
get lost
どこで迷
somewhere?
ってるのかな
I still don't trust them! I don't care how much reality changes between this and the other route. I still don't trust those two!
レイエス教授も
Dr. Reyes
一緒
is
だ
with
から
him, so they might have
どこか
stuff somewhere.
寄り道してるのかもね
Once they got here, it was probably going to get even busier.
ね
Hey, that's
え
her,
あの
right?
子でしょ
何がな
What?
岡部さんの
Your girlfriend. It's that Mayuri girl,
ま
right?
ゆりさん
まゆりはそんなん
Myri's
じゃ
not my girlfriend.
そう
No way. Then who is it?
誰も違うよ
Nobody. I don't have a girlfriend.
俺には彼女
本当に
Really? With all these cute
これだ
girls
け
around?
可愛い女の子がたくさんいるのに
Bruh.
岡部さん
Okabe, are you maybe...
もしか
What?
あーでも大丈夫
don't worry. That stuff doesn't bother me.
私そういうのに似てないから
I finally figured out what she was trying to say.
あのな
Oh no, it's not
違
that.
うよ
そうなんだ
I see. Then why?
じゃあ
Don't you
どう
want a
する
girlfriend?
彼女を作らないの
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
君この前クリスに散々文句言ってたのに
You know you were giving
同じこと
Karisu hell for
聞いてるぞ
talking about this stuff earlier, right?
あ
Oh, come on. Come to think of it. I guess humans just hate it when somebody it does something to them, but they're more than willing to do it to
興味
somebody
が出
else.
ちゃうんだよね人
I'll
間
have to
って
think about this.
これは
Hello, Mayuri.
I'm gonna wave the Unita at you. Come quick.
I'll be right back.
ちょっと行ってくるよ
Okay.
やっぱり
I wonder if it's because of what happened with
クリスの
Karisu.
ことがあったからかしら
Excuse you? I could hear a small whisper, but I pretended that I didn't. What was supposed to be a short visit to the shrine ended up taking the whole day as we talked and took pictures.
お待たせだに
We're back, Nya.
ゃは
Phew, those
あ
outfits really strain your
ああいう衣装も
shoulders.
なかなか肩が凝るね
When we saw Ferris and Sua back in their usual clothes, it finally felt like things were back to normal.
あれマユシーたちは
Where are the others?
まだ着替え
They're
終わ
not
って
done
ない
changing
から
yet. They asked us to wait a little longer. Yeah.
Mayuri, Kagari, and Lukaku hadn't come out yet.
ねえねえお
Hey,
かげ
Green, you think Mayushi and Kagari are changing the same room as Lukaku? I don't. Why are you asking me this?
いや
Nah, they wouldn't,
それ
would
は
they?
まずいだろ
いや
Oh, Luka, can you get this faster? My bad. Daro.
Stop it!
そんな
No, I
僕
couldn't.
そんなことルカ君
Luca, me
こっちの
too.
お願いそんな会話があの中
Hey,
で
Zazua,
繰り広げ
what's the
られて
thing that you do in order to get him to stop this? Do you just put your hand towards your gun? Hey, that's what's going on in there right now. Zazua, do something.
ねえ
Okabe, is something wrong with this guy?
Yes,
この人
but
大丈夫なの
I had only met Dara a few times, and already she was starting to be wary of him. Smart.
ダルは言動
Dara may
は
act weird, but he's harmless. Don't
害の
worry.
ない男だ
それにスーパ
And he's also super hacker too. Yeah.
それを言うならハッカ
You
ーだ
mean
ろ
hacker? Duh.
ーハッカ
A hacker?
それ
Is that
本
true?
当なの
Uh-oh. Wait, no, stop it. Yeah, don't ask about the damn laptop.
大きな声で
I shouldn't really be talking about it, but yeah, if you need something, you can just hit me up.
何
Hmm.
そ
I see. Then...
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. I didn't want to see you here. Ma's head jerked up in surprise at the sun voice. I followed where she was looking and saw...
Where?
Where the Japanese shaman goes, Rentaro. Hi, you two. Dr. Leskin and Dr. Reyes looked absolutely miserable. What the hell happened to you two?
Maho から
Mao said if I came in here, I could see Japanese shaman girls, but they're gone.
いないじゃない
Why are you two focused on this? I'm supposed to hate you, but you're just being silly right now. Stop it. Japanese shaman girls?
巫女さんのことよ
He means... He means the shrine priestesses.
Oh, I see.
今日はもう巫女さん
The shrine priestesses are done for the day.
Holy cow! So I said we should come soon.
Thank you, Leskinen. Finally, I get to see his name again. Actually, I probably saw his name earlier. I still can't believe I forgot his freaking name because I was just so confused. I called him Lestinen for like a good 10-20 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
But you just enjoyed shopping too.
Thank you, too. They were both holding bags from electronic stores. They must have done a lot of shopping on the way here. You think? A little?
That's enough どっちもどっちですよ
You're both equally at fault.
I swear to God, do not pull a gun. The two of them started to look around the shrine, not even bothering to hide their disappointment.
お待たせおかり
We're back, Ocarine.
ずいぶん遅かった
Sure
な
took a while, Mayuri.
ルカ君
Wait,
のお
no,
母さん
no,
にね
no, no. I just realized the problem here. Do not let Kagari go outside. No.
みんなで食べなさいって
Do not let Kagari go out. Do not even mention her name. Do not mention it around this man.
Yep, Lucas mom gave me a lot of New Year's food. She said we can all eat together.
母があれも持
She
って
kept adding
い
to
け
the
これ
pile
も
of
持って
food,
い
so it
け
ended up taking forever.
詰め
I'm
直してた
sorry.
いや
Nah, it's fine.
こっちこそ
Thanks.
気
Do
をつけてもら
not
って
let
悪いな
Kagari out.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
ちょっといいです
Can I
か
ask you something?
Oh,
hi.
yes.
お参り
How do you
と
worship
い
here?
うのはどうやるんですか
Oh,
First of all, we should purify our hands and mouth there.
No. What? Wait, you can speak English. It just occurs to me. Lukaku?
I see.
Please come with me. I'll show you how to do.
I didn't know Luca knew how to speak English. That's news to me. Interesting. Luca led the two professors off to pray. I wonder if there wasn't some kind of religious problem inherent in all this, but if they were fine with it, it wasn't my place to say anything. What was more important... Wow, I had no idea Lukaku spoke so much English.
まさか
Lukaku.
Lukaku's pretty smart, you know.
だからね
Was he?
それに
And Akihabara has a lot of tourists, so he says he studies so he'll be able to answer a lot of questions they have.
何か聞かれてもいいように
I
勉
just
強してるん
discovered a
だ
surprising side to Lukaku.
そういえばマユリ
Hey, Mayuri, where's Kagari? Do not mention her name.
あれ
She should be out
そ
soon.
ろそろ出てくる
Oh, there she is.
No, bad. Go back inside, Kagari.
ごめんね
Sorry I took so long.
That's everybody then. Now we just had to wait for Lukaku to finish.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
We
a
had
lot.
a wonderful experience.
You're taking my role in all of this. How am I supposed to speak when you're doing the English for me?
Not at all.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
No, 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 no. Okay, let's head to the lab. Hurry before Kagari gets seen.
About that, I'm actually busy after this. Yuki, you can't come. I'm sorry, Mayuri. Someone called off at work and they really need me. I see. Okay, I guess you have to then.
I saw that both Dara and Sua seemed disappointed too. No, bad! Bad!
What will you guys do?
I've got something to do after this.
Me too.
Thanks for everything. It was a day full of splendid discoveries, even if I didn't get to see the shaman girls.
That's right. It was very exciting.
See you later, Lintalo. Do try to say hi to Kurisu once in a while.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
Just walk away. They smiled and disappeared into the bustling Akihabara streets. Oh, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't see. Okay, let's get going. Maybe they didn't see. I don't know. I don't trust it. Yeah. Even without Yuki, there were still twice as many people as usual heading for the lab. I still don't feel good. I feel fear. Why is the shutters closed? Where's my phone?
Once again, Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year. Okay.
This food your mom made is really good, Luca. Really? Kagari and I helped too. I'm glad you like it.
This is a cute little art. But I do feel kind of bad for Fubuki though. There's no space. Poor Fubuki is just relegated to behind Ainmaho and Oen Kaede. How is this gonna turn out badly?
Yep, I really just did the arranging. I like the sweet tamagoyaki. It's all rolled up.
And the ozoni is just delicious. So, what do you think?
Yep, it's good. It's actually from the New Year's menu at Make Queen Yan and Squared.
So sticky and delicious, just like Ferris time.
Ashida, you really are a pervert, aren't you?
Fubuki was barely putting in any effort into her comments to Zara anymore. A whole day of his perversion must have tired her out.
If we were in America, you could sue him for sexual harassment. Say, what do they eat for New Year's in America?
I don't know, turkey maybe?
Isn't that Christmas? Americans like to party on New Year's Eve, so they don't eat much on New Year's. Beans maybe?
Beans? Bean. I sure love looking at... We're gonna ignore the existence of Daru for a second.
Here, nya. These glazed chestnuts are really good, nya. And these black beans look like they're very nutritious. I can't eat all that. You can take your time. Choose thoroughly, okay? You're like a mom, Kagari. Isn't it fun having so many people around Ocarine?
Yeah, you're right. How long had it been since we all had this much fun at the lab? How much you want to bet it's about to all go to hell in a second here? No, that was the Alpha World line. Which means that this may have been the first time in the Beta World line that we've done something like this.
Is this the only tea we got here?
The party hadn't started that long ago, but evidently we were already out of tea. Okay.
My brother only brought sweet drinks.
If they have no tea, then let them drink soda.
I don't know if I want to drink soda on New Year's.
Alright, Darwin and I will go buy some. I couldn't let the girls go.
Oh, Fubuki and I will go. Me too? You were nice enough to invite us. It's the least we could do. I guess so. Okay, bye. I can just get whatever I want. Right?
Yeah, I see. Thanks. It's a big help. Why'd the music stop? There was a very brief silence after Kaede and Fubuki left. But then someone's phone rang. I'm scared. I'm scared. Stop this.
Sorry, it's mine.
She took out her phone and checked the screen, then looked at me.
Hey, Okabe, can I access Amadeus right now?
No. I don't want to access her. You know what? I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here for today. It's a teensy bit earlier than I usually go, but than I usually leave, but I think with all that's happened, I need just a teensy bit more time for a break. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just end it here for today. So yeah, I guess next time we'll see what other mind-melting revelations will happen, but until then, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.